All right, chat, welcome in. Here we are. Game 7 is quickly approaching. I mean, hey, I might have to I think we might stand up in a second and just do like some shadow hoops, some fake crossovers, some invisible jumpers. I mean, make them we just want to get out there and get in the game, chat. Hey, yo. It is what it is. We're just gonna have to we're gonna start taking laps, walking around. It's gonna be a pacing podcast tonight. Hey, yo. It is what it is. I guess we'll see if the Thunder just quickly go out and, obviously set the tone. Something could happen there. But just the hype for this game, of course, comparing it to some of the other games that we've had of this magnitude. I mean, there is a real historical vibe going into this game. So, obviously, some big stakes. I mean, the Thunder with the foul baiting and some of the storylines there, and the Spurs just, of course, being new. I think this will be more kind of, looking back in a couple years. And obviously with the Wemby ascension, I mean, Shea now getting his second MVP, it's not like we're unaware of the history that's at play here. But I think this will definitely be one of those, like, looking back series where we're like, oh, I didn't realize that it was in that tier with those guys, where they keep showing all the stats and all the qualifiers, and it's like, oh, this series in Magic versus Bird, and this series in Kobe and Shaq in the 2000s. And it's like, okay, like, these are the teams that we call the greatest of all time. These are like the absolute, best of the best of the best of the best players. It's like, there is obviously the start of that here with Wemby's career. Obviously, the Thunder have been that team the last couple of years in terms of the dominance. So, this being it's the first matchup of the rivalry as well, too. Again, I think it really will. I think it will. I don't know. I'm not saying we want to play the Thunder a lot in the playoffs going forward, but I think we're just, it's going to be inevitable. It is what it is. The teams are going to be matched up. There is definitely going to be a little bit of a sizing up factor there of those teams being the best teams in the league. But I don't know. We might just turn into who's the guy from above the rim that does he's just out in the park just playing with no basketball. At some point, it is what it is. I thought about running out to my car and getting the basketball just to like have it for the live stream, just because but we did. I substituted it for the Nerf football. So we do have some sport situation here that we can have. Hey, yo, we'll just be like throwing some fake passes during the game, chat. Again, it is what it is. Obviously the wrong sport, but we gotta have something. So I guess. We gotta keep the basketball in the car because it's got to be locked in. It's got to be just in case. You never know. At a moment's notice, you got to have the shoes and the basketball in the car, just ready to go. But I guess we could have had. Maybe I need to get one of the silent basketballs for in the studio. I don't know. I've been seeing those at the store, chat. I mean, make no mistake. What a ripoff! The silent basketball. It's like, oh, it bounces like a real basketball. It's like, no, it doesn't. This thing is trash. Compared to a real basketball. But, oh, Wemby right away. The bank shot, the aggression. We love to see it. Of course, winning the jump ball, getting that first possession, setting the tone. Reminding the Thunder crowd what's going on, Chad. I don't know how confident we're going to be during this one. It is what it is. But if you do hear the same DJ Khaled song going the entire time, that is on purpose. Hey, yo, we have to set the mood. They counted us out. They didn't think that we would make it up. If you think we're joking, chat, should we turn it up right now and prove you wrong? Hey, yo. I put cap on the table what the splits is, not the cap on the table, boy. We live this. Breezy, what the business is. We pushing Fenty like fentanyl. It is legitimate. I think we might be a little offbeat there. We just kind of, dropped in the middle of that whole verse. I don't think we were, sounding very on key with the song there, but it is what it is. We do have it going, so we'll see how long. Has anybody ever played a DJ Khaled song for an entire Game 7 of a Western Conference Finals? I mean, Guinness Book, call in. We may be in Guinness Book territory at this point. Devin Vassell with the little step back, the same side. Hey, yo, attack the right side. It's being successful. Shea doubled by Wemby and Castle right away, kind of going to the hoop. Oh, Chet, though, they didn't have Wemby on him in terms of they got Wemby just kind of around the basket. So Chet in that little mid-range jumper, he hasn't really done any creating. I mean, but he just hasn't really created off the dribble for himself. Obviously he's capable spot-up three-point shooter. You can have him around the basket and he can get those little looks, but he hasn't really been that get it from the 3, you know, rip through, dribble, like 1-2 dribble, get to the mid range and fire up a, yeah, you know, because like if we were doing the Wemby comparisons, you know, a little bit like the Wemby conversation, there was some of those Durant overlaps with Chet. And obviously, you know, the special thing about Wemby is, again, Wemby just creating a shot for himself has just become, obviously he's, you know, taller, but he's just a better shot, he's a better shot maker at this point off the dribble. I don't think he necessarily has a better ball handle situation than Chet. I don't think either of them are, you know, A+ elite dribblers, AO. But they've got Wemby initiating the offense early on. Oh, he creates the Castle down low. They invert the offense, chat. Mitch Johnson mixing it up. Hey, yo, mix it up, Mitch. Is that his new nickname? I don't know. You know, hey, yo, we might have to tread lightly there, Chad. It is what it is. But, you know, if we're talking about the coaching schemes, there could be something. We could workshop it. DM us on REMINGTOM Pod what the workshop nickname should be. Lou Dort, sidestep 3. Oh, I was going to say, we'll take that. We will take that. Make no mistake. Way, way off to the right there. They do have Case and Wallace into the starting lineup in this game, and Dort. They've been running McCain there, if I'm not mistaken, with Williams out the last couple. But I guess they're, you know, back to bringing him off the bench here as well. Oh, and Wemby with the give and go, chat. Hey, yo. He just, I guess, trying to set Wemby up with some shot creation off the top of the key, because, of course, in the last game, the Thunder did do a great job of, and Wemby did a great job responding by hitting a lot of jumpers. But the Thunder did take away a lot of the stuff going to the basket. So, you know, in this one, at least they're initiating with some of the stuff with him up at the top of the offense, but still getting him going forward and creating as well, too, to Vassell in the corner. Oh, Chet, hey, yo. I was going to say, I guess the crowd wouldn't have gone crazy there, but is there a watch party back in San Antonio that would be going crazy for that one? I don't know. We do have Hartenstein fumbling it around. Wemby with the turnover. He's being a menace right now. And, oh, Chet, again, speaking of him not having an A+ ball handle, does he lose it? Is he getting a call there? Are we going to get a call? I don't think so. I think we're going to just be out of bounds. Judging by the way the Thunder crowd is cheering, if we don't have to turn up, we just hear the crowd cheering. I think it's, I think fouled? Wait a second. I'm seeing fouled on the closed caption at one point. So maybe they are they saying that should have been fouled? I don't know if Reggie Miller is, you know, is he just fully pro Wemby at this point? Who's he rooting for? But I did see the closed caption earlier in the pregame. I don't know, they were talking about shifting the focus of the defense, and somebody said all eyes on me, and the closed caption did hit the eyes with a Z, like he was talking about the album title. So it's like, okay, you know, shout out. Somebody writing the closed caption is pretty cool over there. I don't know, are they typing it live? It's probably some AI situation. It's not some guy doing the closed caption anymore. So, hey, you know, the AI is pretty cool. Oh, chat, we shouldn't have said it. But they mistook something. I guess maybe Reggie Miller was referencing the album. I don't know, or Jamal Crawford or something. It could have been. But they're like, everywhere Wemby goes, he sees the same refs, the same defenders. I don't know. But, oh, Chad, another 3 for San Antonio. Oh, it's Fox. He didn't have a great game last game, so hopefully he's able to rebound this one. Hopefully the doubters are so there for Fox that he's just, you know, he's like, okay, well, there's no pressure at all whatsoever anymore. He doesn't, okay, now he's going to pass it back down to Champagnie. He should have probably driven that one himself a little bit, but Vassell is wide open for 3. Oh, Vassell, is that now 0 for 2, chat, on a couple of open ones? That is tough. But, you know, shout out to the Spurs depth. If Fox is able to have a good game and make up for it, then, you know, you can get away with a couple misses there. Shea with the crafty finish. 8 points now for the Thunder. Champagnie, I don't think he's had a shot yet. Chat gets the first one to go. Hey, yo. He's been money on the first buckets in the series. So 18-8, chat. What a start. I mean, it was the first quarter in the last game, and this, you know, kind of some of the first half stuff in general. But Steph Castle with the follow. Oh, chat. 20-8. 18-8. Is that 18? 20? I don't know if we're behind the ESPN. I think we usually are. So yeah, the Castle dunk makes it 18-8. But I mean, we'll take a early 10-point lead, timeout by Dagnall. I mean, the Thunder once again maybe not necessarily having the most energy on the start here with the effort that they're playing with. And I think the team in general, of course, has been through a lot of injuries. I mean, we've seen this with teams in the past where, you get to the second, third year of some of these runs, and it does get to be, quite a toll. It's not just the toll of the season or the playoff run. You're really looking at the consistent basketball. I don't know. You start throwing, do we have to start looking at Shea's like Olympic tenure into this as well? They're like, oh, Shea in the 24 league, he's been playing, 26 consecutive months of basketball or something like that. I don't know what the conversation is there. I think Wemby was also in the Olympics as well, too. But I guess Wemby did get hurt as a rookie. So, there is some maybe rest stuff that can get factored into there. Maybe even just the mental grind of the NBA or something like that. But, it is obviously difficult in multiple ways to sustain that year-over-year success. And they had a good regular season 3 regular seasons ago where they lost in the second round of the playoffs. And then, of course, won the finals and now are just back in the conference finals in general. And without Jalen Williams, without A.J. Mitchell, I mean, we're talking about, maybe their second and third best offensive player at this point. Like, again, with Chet being on All-NBA is definitely giving them that status for having another guy in terms of the conversation. But, for being honest, really for the creators, like Mitchell was a more important creator this year for OKC than Chet. If we're just being honest, and maybe it's the retroactive of what this playoffs is as well, too, or what this series is. But I don't know if you would you rather have Mitchell in this, if you could just swap Mitchell out for Chet in this series, would you do that? I mean, obviously you would just take Chet or take Mitchell and just play them both as well too. But if you had to choose one, maybe the Wemby factor makes it a little bit different there for Chet, obviously. But maybe you would just choose Mitchell anyways as the guy that you have. But again, outside of having Chet, who's on All-NBA, like the next best player for OKC at this point, I guess, like Dort, Wallace, McCain, Hartenstein. Like when McCain is in the game, it's probably him in terms of the prospect hype and even just obviously the player who he is at this point. But, considering the conversations that we've had about him as a player in the past, like if McCain would maybe become some kind of second guy on a team, like that wouldn't be totally shocking. So, again, are you crazy? Are you going to be crazy bad if McCain's your second best player? I don't think so. But, again, J-Dub is obviously, I think, legitimately at his best a top 15 guy in the league. I mean, he's been putting up 40 points in the playoff game. We've seen the defensive heights that he can get to as a player. And again, you got Mitchell can be a 20 to 25, 20, I guess maybe 27's getting a little bit on the high end, but can definitely be like a 18 to 23 point a game scorer for you in the course of a regular season, and definitely, a couple of playoff games as well too. So they're probably down, again, more important players than we're giving them credit for. Again, I know we're probably seeing the J-Dub thing for what it is, but even analytically as well too, like the Thunder going into this game here were like, I don't know, almost 60% chance to win. So, again, if you're missing your second and your third best player, should it be a little bit more 50-50? Like, I get the home court advantage thing, and maybe we give Shea a little bit of an advantage for being the defending champion, being the Finals MVP. But do we have McCain in the game now? Fires a 3 up right away, not able to get it to go. I mean, I guess gets the ball right back, so he's not gonna lose confidence. And I guess Caruso as well too. Like, you really are down to Shea, Caruso, McCain, Dort, and Hartenstein is probably your best lineup. Like, it really is. Are we going to... I don't know what the conversation is for the Thunder next year. It's like, oh, the Thunder, are they not as deep as we thought? Pause. Ayo, like all those stuff. But, they still have the picks and all that stuff. The point is the ability to be able to replenish and consistently have good assets from year to year, where it's like, oh man, the run of that is potentially pretty crazy. And still, again, like, you get your injured guys back and you're looking like a whole lot of a different team. But regardless, Castle, the strong finish here at the basket and one, still double digits. I mean, regardless, it's a game 7, so it's an end all be all. And sometimes this happens. Again, sometimes the season crashes to an end. Like, yes, if this series was going to be 9 games, if it was going to be 11 games, like it would be, it would be going back and forth pause between each game. But it's like, that 7-game cutoff is going to be the thing in San Antonio. Maybe they get to that mark first and they're able to get to the finals. But, for OKC, again, like the roster stuff at this point maybe is going to be a little bit exposing in this game. But we are just now going to the bench. But that was the thing. The last game that maybe was a little discouraging for OKC fans, but that was the first game in the series that the Spurs bench outscored the Thunder bench. And, again, the lineups are similar in this game as they are in that game. And Champagny with another corner three, 27-13, Chet. Uh-oh. All 5 starters have scored. 6 field goals and 5 turnovers for OKC. So definitely uncharacteristic for them there. And McCain trying to draw a foul, Chat. I mean, to his credit, he's able to go get a basket. But you can see just the blatant trying to draw a foul attempt. And, again, I guess luckily he's able to sustain. They are 7 for 12 for field goals. So they are hitting their shots. They're just turning it over. Again, I think that is just sort of the mindset, the aggression that they are playing with. They're just not quite 100% locked in. Shea, though, getting to McCain in the corner. Okay, McCain a 3. Again, McCain's been the best player. McCain's going to win Western Conference Finals MVP if they win this series. I don't know if do we have series numbers? Is it close? Because it's not like Shea's been 30 every game. He maybe has had a couple of higher end scoring performances in this series, so that might be balancing it out a little bit. But let's see what we can find here for the first 6 games of what we have got going on for this series. Tied 3-3 here. Shea is sitting at 24. McCain's only at, I guess, 13 a game. And his numbers are, I guess neither of their numbers are really like lighting it up. 35-28. Shea 37-26. 24 a game. So the fact that McCain is taking less shots means he's better. I don't know. Shea, though, 8 assists. I guess you do have to give him his credit there as well, too. But we got for Wemby, 48-37, 28-11, Chet. Hey, yo, 3 blocks a game, 28 points, 11 rebounds, 3 blocks a game, 48% from the field and 37% from the 3. 92% from the free throw line as well, too. It's like an old school, center stat line with the crazy amount of rebounds and stuff. I guess, Castle, 18 a game as well. Vassell, 14. Harper, 12. Champagny, 10. Hey, yo, Keldon Johnson, 9. And De'Aaron Fox, 10. So basically the top 7 is scoring double digits in this series for San Antonio. I mean, this is getting pretty close. We're almost there for OKC as well, too. J. Will, not J-Dub, but J. Will, I guess, is kind of holding them back there at this point. He's at 5 a game. I guess, and again, J-Dub not playing would be the other one. Hartenstein at 8. I guess Case and Wallace at 9. Chet at 11. McCain 13. Caruso 15. And Shea Gilgeous at 24. I guess Caruso did have the 24, or the 30-point game in Game 1. So he's probably had a higher game total than McCain has at this point. It's just been McCain's been more annoying. With the way he's been running around, Chet, hey, yo, it is what it is. There is something to a guy that always runs around. Steph is a little like that, but I don't know. Steph does always move, but Steph is a little more moving in bursts than I think maybe it's like a constant movement type of thing, if that makes sense. I think it's a little bit more like McCain is just like running, just constantly running in circles almost. Like dizzyingly just constantly doing laps around the court. And, Curry's like actually running plays. And he'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go around a screen and I'm gonna kind of pause here at the corner, and all of a sudden I'm gonna kind of jolt up to the wing, and then maybe I'm cutting at that point or something, and then now I'm gonna loop around over here, and he's kind of running routes almost while he's out there. He's not just spinning in circles. Hey, yo, it is what it is. But regardless, the annoyance, I guess, has been in some ways productive. Caruso, I guess, again, his percentages offensively, him and Chet 50% from the field somehow. Hey, yo, as a team, 42 and 34, And then what is San Antonio? 43 and 32. 43 and 32, 42 and 34. Okay, so it is close. It is close, I guess. Maybe some of the production. I guess, yeah, Champagny, Keldon Johnson, Fox, maybe some lower field goal percentages there. But I guess the differences are, our best guys have the higher numbers. Hey, the Thunder being carried by some of their role players. I don't know. Yeah, Shea had, I guess, he has 30 and a 32 in this series. 32 in Game 5, I guess there. But, another turnover for OKC. They just ripped the ball away. Hey, McCain almost, and he does do it again there. So I can think the physicality as well, too, that the refs are letting him play with is leading to some of these turnovers. And, the Spurs are capitalizing on it a little bit earlier. You see that time the Thunder get aggressive and go for the steal, and they are able to make it work there. But was that Castle? McCain just sneaking from behind, Chet. Hey, pause. It is what it is. Did they get the foul on him there? Who was it? Should have been Chet? Should it have been McCain? I don't know. One of the Thunder guys, but I guess Shea is now. Who would have thought there's a foul and somehow Shea's shooting free throws? I don't even know if the foul was on Shea. They just heard the whistle go and they just like, I guess Shea's shooting free throws. It is what it is. They'll just start magically lining up. But yeah, I mean we all have to look out for that. Will the refs, I guess, have their OKC bias at some point, and will they turn the game? But like we're saying, they are letting them play here a little bit. So maybe the last couple as well too, they have switched that a little bit in terms of some of the refereeing. I don't know if the finals will be totally different. I mean, Shea and Brunson in the finals would just be, are we going to be at the free throw line every 90 seconds? It might be every can we have like 4 possessions in a row without a foul in Thunder? That would be a good stat, chat. What is the most possessions in a row without a foul in a potential Thunder versus Knicks finals? Because that would be crazy. Again, you get the Spurs in there. Now we've introduced the beautiful game. Now the NBA's back. The NBA is saved, basically. The NBA is destroyed if OKC and the Knicks are in the finals. If the Spurs and the Knicks are in the finals, NBA is saved. So maybe that's why the Spurs are winning this game. Jay Will taking a 3. Again, I don't know why he's taking a 3. I don't know why Shea Gilgeous keeps passing it back to Jay Will, to be honest. Hey, Shea Gilgeous might just need to create that one for himself a little bit or have Jay Will come screen for him. Vassell, the pull-up jumper. Ooh, another tough one that doesn't quite get it to go. They're getting maybe a little progressively worse in the misses. The other ones were good looks, so we can't blame him for taking those. That one was definitely a little bit tougher there in terms of just kind of committing to the pull-up jumper. And Chet now drawing the tough foul on the other end. Was that Keldon Johnson? I mean, the Spurs are trying to get feisty as well, too. There was a moment in the series you could tell, and obviously there was some moments where people were clipping out like Wemby going to say like, what was Wemby whispering in the ears of some of the pause. Hey, whoa, was he telling some of the guys like mob boss style, like hey, are we gonna need to up the foul game here and get a little bit more physical? But there either way, if he'd said it, if the Spurs collectively came to that agreement, if it was a Mitch Johnson thing, like they did need to match whatever was kind of happening there as well. So, kind of playing the same game in some ways where, there was that clip of like Carter Bryant, like running into Shea and stuff. And then again, just all the sequence of events of some of the other fouls that happened. But that's the funny thing about the internet sometimes, like, again, OKC's obviously been doing it for way longer. So the NBA community is definitely sick of them doing it. Pause. But, the fact that San Antonio's doing it now, it's like, yes, this is exactly what we want to see. We want to see Carter Bryant truck Shea Gilgeous-Alexander for no reason, like it's WWE. But, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, like, doing a crossover pump fake and then actually drawing, a fake foul is also bad. But again, it's just the timing of it as well, too. If Carter Bryant is trucking players 6 years from now just for no reason, then it does get a little like, okay, maybe he needs to settle down. But, matching the intensity of a team that's trying to take advantage of something is, a different type of thing, I guess. So you got to give him credit for that there. But, regardless, again, there was a moment in this series where the Spurs, you definitely tell, definitely did decide to play with a little bit more toughness than they had been and just exert some of their force a little bit more on OKC. And, you know, again, sometimes you need to be able to just get to that level to be able to have that next thing where it's not necessarily, you know, again, like we're saying, the basketball talent has been there for this team. We're not looking at this team. There's a couple moves that maybe theoretically we could make, but, you know, again, they're going to be big swings. There's not a lot of moves on the fringes to make. This team's pretty much, you know, built to start making runs for the title. But are they going to mentally get over the hump against the Thunder? Are they going to be able to, you know, again, rise to the different styles of plays of these teams? And if the game is going to get sort of these physical defensive games at times, then, you know, they've definitely been able to match that with OKC here. But a consistent 10-point lead almost the entire first quarter. Oh, Champagnie. Wemby was cutting to the basket, and Champagnie threw it out to the wing. So the first little mistake there for San Antonio that's just kind of unforced in the quarter. But, you know, up 11, hey, a lot of good plays, so that's not bad there. We'll be fine. 2-6 on the turnovers is pretty good for where we were at. And that was definitely another thing that flipped as well, too. I mean, Castle specifically was definitely having a little bit of trouble that in the first two games. Has definitely settled down, but as a team, collectively, we just have not been turning the ball over as much in the last couple of games. I mean, 20 plus in the first couple of games is just going to be crazy. Caruso, the tough contested three. Oh, chat. I don't know how Kendrick Williams got that rebound. Hey, yo. They've done, pretty much everything right so far in guarding the perimeter on some of these contests. Like, the Thunder haven't really gotten an easy look so far. But, is Wemby going to draw the foul? Has Wemby flipped the respect of the refs? Let's hope so, chat. That looked a little bit of a flop from Wemby, but I think we're there. I think this was about the Spurs stealing the respect of the league. And people are like, oh, did the Thunder have the respect of the league? But there clearly was something there. The refs loved him again. Oh, I mean, Wemby just straight up elbowing Hartenstein, forearm Hartenstein in the mouth. Hey, yo, pause. But, I don't know, are they going to challenge? Hopefully they don't challenge, chat. I guess we forgot about that possibility. I guess now I'm seeing the closed caption does say challenging. Pretty clear that the leftover. So is that? I mean, they're not going to throw Wemby out of this game for that. But probably is that going to be a flagrant one potentially, or are we just going to get an offensive foul? It'll just be an offensive foul, and the basketball going back the other way, probably. Because again, hey yo, imagine if the league is in the first quarter, risking Wemby, but he has had problems with the elbows in the past. So, it's not like the league is, they can't do anything there if he gets out of control with that. All you can do is just hope. All you can do is just maybe give Wemby a little memo before the game and be like, hey, we need you here, just as much as the Spurs do sometimes. Maybe don't throw an elbow and get thrown out of the game, and have to get the refs in a difficult situation somewhere. But that is unfortunate. But like we're saying, at least the refs do now have a little bit of bias towards San Antonio with the initial calls. An obvious call for OKC that got called for San Antonio is probably not something that would have happened at the start of the series. But Wemby is gaining that respect from the refs. But I was watching that clip of. There's that clip of Michael on the Wizards, and I don't even know who the ref is, but Michael Jordan on the Wizards, and that one ref is like mic'd up, and he goes over to him, and he's like, I didn't see him put two hands on you, Michael, but I believe you. And then he just calls the foul, and it's like, whoa, okay. It's like, I didn't, the ref just basically is like, I guess if you're gonna tell me it's a foul, I'll call the foul. So maybe it's just like, okay, if Wemby's flopping around at this point, then it's a foul. So they've got police out guarding the refs, chat. Hey, I mean, they always have security out for the games and stuff, but I don't know. For some reason, I don't feel like I've ever seen the police standing that much on the court for the refs, or having like legitimate police people out there. Maybe that is new. I don't know. Maybe you just usually have like event security or something like that. I don't know, but I guess the ref controversy, chat. Do they know something's gonna happen a little bit later? Hey, yo. They know that the refs are going to get really booed in a second half. Something's going to go down. I don't know what the script says for the refs later in the game. But, again, if they're in OKC, And it's like, well, Wemby's playing pretty well. The script says that the Spurs are gonna, oh well, he's a call, and then maybe the okay. I mean, I don't know if the league would do that to their refs in the script. That'd be kind of bold. But hey, we've got Dagnall screaming at the ref right in front of. Oh, Chad, they kept it for the. Did they keep it for the Spurs? Oh, Chet. Hey, Oh, they gave Dagnall a technical. I was gonna say, I feel like they pretty obviously called that for the Thunder there, or that was pretty obvious for the Thunder, and I feel like I heard the crowd cheer for OKC as well. But they gave Dagnall a technical, so kind of neutralized that, and the Spurs got the free throw. But but he was yelling at the coach right in front of PJ Carlissimo, who I'm pretty sure is calling the game on the radio for ESPN, and he looked pretty stunned. I'm not gonna lie, PJ Carlissimo was locked in, like, oh, Dagnall. He's yelling at the guy. He's like, is one of the players? Hopefully, one of the players doesn't go over there and strangle Dagnall. It's like, oh no, Carlissimo, that's just you, buddy. Hey it is what it is. PJ Carlissimo, call in. We'll see how long it takes us to want to strangle. When PJ Carlissimo starts taking basketball takes, we're like, stop talking. It was like, oh, he doesn't like Wemby. Hey we need to have a segment, chat. It's like the the Latrell Sprewell PJ Carlissimo take segment, where it's just like if Colin Cowherd says something crazy, we're just like, stop talking. Hey yo. I don't know. I feel like there's like a Norm Macdonald dirty work type of situation that we could reference there as well too. That I'm not getting. Is Dirty Work still on Tubi? It is. It might be. I feel like I was just watching that recently on something. I mean, Dirty Work is a classic. Hey yo, it is what it is. Hey yo, chat. The DJ Khaled song has just drained our phone battery all the way down. It is what it is. They counted us out. They didn't think that we would make it up, but I know God did. Oh yeah, Hope did. Hey, Lord forgive him for what Wemby did in the second quarter of the Thunderdome. That doesn't rhyme. Hey, yo, chat. We gotta cook up. We gotta get a ghostwriter in here, like we were talking about last time. We got to get a ghostwriter feeding us raps. Hey, did Drake fire anybody that wants to get back in the game? I guess probably not writing for us, but if we're gonna, we just need a little help with this. Wemby did freestyle. It is what it is. We need I guess Wemby needs to sign with Jay-Z. Do they still have a sports agency? They have to, right? He needs to sign with that so he can get in the songs, chat. I want to hear Wemby in the songs with the list of guys. Hey, we were talking about in the last live stream how if AI is going to cook up a song for Drake, like it has to mention a luxury hotel. It's like the easiest thing. It's like, what do you mention in an AI song for Drake? It's like, just pick a luxury hotel anywhere and just talk about that for a second. I guess we don't know any luxury hotels, but if you're doing in your AI Jay-Z verse, you just got to mention all the people that you've signed over your career. At one point, obviously, there's the monsters verse that he has that he gets kind of made fun. That gets made fun of a lot, where he just is naming off monsters. He's Godzilla, King Kong, Frankenstein, Nosferatu, and he's just ripping through the names. But he's obviously also always mentioning the main signees that he's had over the course of his career. It's used to be Ye, Braun, Ree. And Beyonce as well too. Those four, I guess, would be the ones that he would shout out. I guess, like we said before, he's shouted out Wade a couple times also. But God did. He also mentions that as well too. I've been also bumping Click a lot this year, and he does honestly because for that reason, just because I love it when Hove just mentions. I do chat. Hey yo, it is what it is, pops. When he just mentions all the guys, it's pretty funny, but. When he mentions all the, I guess business people again. It's obviously not just guys, but where is it at here? I feel like we're always so bad at scrolling the Spotify lyrics and seeing what is going. The Book of Hove. Hey yo, what do we got? Me and Biggs probably got too big. If they ain't booked that load, hindsight is 2020.
Though he ain't getting plenty money looking back, this is funny. Got $1 million off the sink without risking $1 million years trying to get out the sink. Hove did. They said they didn't know me internationally. On the road did. I see a lot of Hove in gigs. Me and Meek could never beef. Where does he say? Where does he say it, chat? Hey, yeah. Sometimes I feel Farrakhan talking to Mike Wallace, trying to. I think y'all should keep quiet. Breaks my heart. Oh, he does say that. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. They didn't believe in us, but I know God did. Oh, you know what, Che? You know what? You know what happened? I logged into the ESPN. I saw the analytics. It had the Spurs only with a 40% chance. I said it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. You know they didn't believe in us, but Dylan Harper did. Oh yes he did. Wemby did. Oh yes he did. But I know God did. Oh yes, he did. The trap on Shea. I feel like we've seen this multiple times. I feel like I just got deja vu the way the first quarter started. Hey yo, same thing. Going to the left baseline, getting trapped by Wemby and Castle. He's got no room to operate when he goes over there. But I guess maybe right sort of free throw elbow situation could be open. They just showed him getting a jumper there as well. Hartenstein, another jersey grab, chat. Hey, yo, I know Hartenstein found him. Oh, yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did. Hey, yo, chat, I left my other phone charger at work, so now we're gonna have to pause the DJ Khaled song for a second because I don't have any phone battery left. It is what it is. I'll have to grab the other one in a second. But I guess I left the main way. I think I also left my AirPod case over at work. Hey, just to throw that out there, just because just because we don't have it, and I've been looking for it. So hey, yo, chat, if anybody sees an AirPod case, can they let me know? But I guess either way, what do we got? 35-27. McCain baseline still hasn't found a rhythm yet. So like we're saying, as a create your own shot guy, he's gonna be a main one. And hey, yo. Not to say that we don't believe in Shea, that we don't believe in him. It breaks our heart. We don't believe in Shea. But he could still go out there and obviously have the capable performance and just do we say it? Do we? I feel like we have to say it, Chad. If I don't say it, then I don't want it to happen. But I feel like we have to say it. Shea has the ability to win the game by himself. I don't know if I totally believe it, but I think I do. Oh, Hartenstein, he's been getting good at that floater, and he's got it to go again. Oh, is he talking to Wemby, chat? Get out of here. Get Wemby the basketball. Hey, yo, why is he talking to the best player on the planet? What's he doing? What is Hartenstein doing? What's Hartenstein's... hey, yo, chat. Hey, yo. We're going to start saying crazy things. It is what it is, but, Hartenstein is a fine player. He's a fine basketball player. He should be very proud every time he makes a basket over Wemby. That should be the highlight of his career. It is what it is. But trying to... Oh, see, yeah, Wemby's taking to the flopping now, chat. Ayo, pause. It is what it is. Hopefully this doesn't become like an informative series on him where he's going to be a little bit of a... is he going to become European in that way, chat? What does that mean? Hey, yo. But I think you get the vibe. But for the Thunder, obviously, that being so successful earlier on, I think maybe he's decided that if that's just the way that the league works, then that's just the way that it works for me too. So, hey, yo, we hate to see it, but the series might have corrupted Wemby, honestly. It may have corrupted him. We'll have to see. Or he's just trying to get Hartenstein in trouble at this point. But Shea is on the bench. So, is this a Wemby Shea-less minute of the game is pretty interesting here. McCain with the jumper bounces in. So if they're just able to even stay within striking distance here, is Wemby going to play the whole second quarter? I imagine that those minutes will flip at some point. Maybe they'll get a weird sort of pacing and they can get back in the game in the Shea non-Wemby minutes, if that makes sense. So we do want to take advantage of the non-Shea minutes here and, continue to push the lead forward.
if Wemby is going to get subbed out in a couple. Hartenstein, the floater again. This time it wasn't over Wemby, so I think he miscalculated, but he still kind of threw it up high like it was going over Wemby, but it was over a different defender. Wemby for three, chat, in Hartenstein's grill. See, what's Hartenstein going to do? Hey, yo. Honestly, Hartenstein, keep talking, honestly. Please keep talking. You're inspiring the best basketball and the player in the world to play better. I mean, why would we not want that? So, what do we have here? Fox stepping out of bounds in transition, and the ref's not calling it, chat? Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, just because it's Game 7, remember all those games that got the Thunder to Game 7 do matter as well, too. So, you know what? It's like now it's the Spurs' turn. It just happens to be Game 7 where we get a little lucky. It is what it is. But, you know, I think that was pretty... I think the closed captioning for us definitely covered that view up. So I can't say for myself if I saw his foot going out of bounds, you know, and I can't say that we can necessarily get anybody on the line from the game that's sitting front row to verify for us. So we'll just have to go with what was called on the field, and the official ruling is, you know, that he that he stayed in bounds the whole time. So we'll trust the refs for this one. It is what it is. Did I see Mark Davis out there? Who else do we have for this game? We've got Mitchell Irvin, Mark Davis, Josh Goebel, and Josh Tiven. I don't know. Do we have 4 refs, or is one of them the backup ref? So we know at least Mark Davis is really out there. I don't really know who the other guys are. I guess Goebel's probably out there. I guess it's probably the top 3, and then Tiven is the backup ref. But, you know, either way, no Tony Brothers, I guess. Tony Brothers, I think, just might be taking bets from OKC. It is what it is. You know, shout out. Tony Brothers had a great run in the NBA. Obviously, one of the legendary refs. One of the most respected in the league. I think even going into the playoffs in the player fan vote situation, he did get, like, the player fan vote, like the player survey. He did get maybe the best ref in the league vote. We'd have to go back and check that out. But he was a little higher than I suspected. But, you know, either way, I think, unfortunately, in the playoffs, he did decide that the pocketbook was a little bit more important than, you know, the integrity of the game. And I think, it is undeniable that he was just taking bets in favor for OKC, taking bribes for OKC. It is what it is. So, shout out to, you know, we got to respect the hustle at some degree as well, too. You know, we can't blame, man. You know, times are tough. This economy, like, hey, yo, like, if you're ever gonna do it, Tony Brothers, again, these are the days that it's gonna happen in. But, but you know, again, like, either way, for what was happening, it was kind of obvious. So Mark Davis has to do the game. Shout out to Mark Davis. I don't know if we've ever shouted out Mark Davis for reffing a game, but you know, it's Mark Davis, so shout out. But it's been going good so far. Mark Davis apparently in the pocketbook for San Antonio. So we can't necessarily be too mad about that with the way that it is playing out. Or maybe it's Mitchell Irvin as well. Maybe it's like a Gervin without the G. He dropped the G so people wouldn't be so suspicious of him. It's like Adonis. It's like Creed going by a different name a little bit, trying to make it on his own. He's like, I don't want to be George Gervin's son, the ref. I want to be Mitchell Irvin. I want to be my own guy. But, you know, he's also going to help his Pop's old team out and give him calls if he gets a Game 7 for him. So, you know, shout out to Mitchell Irvin. We love to have him out there, and I guess we'll hopefully see if in the second half the reffing continues to go for San Antonio the way that it has. But maybe there was just no ref there as well, too. It was in transition, so they might have been a little bit behind if we're talking about the one specific De'Aaron Fox play, because that's a tough one. That's funny. Unfortunately for OKC fans. Oh, Dylan Harper, chat. I guess McCain, the problem is you flop all games before, and you don't know if you're trying to recalibrate as a ref. You don't know when he's flopping and when he's not. You're like, well, you just did it every time before, so now if I'm trying to reprogram, you know, now the programming is flipped, if that makes sense. So, it seems like a tightrope that you're walking there, but it can be at some point when you're reffing and you're, you know, having to judge a lot of this stuff based on reactionary things. So it's like, if I was calling it every time he's showing contact, pause, like it, you know, then I'm gonna get baited sometimes. Or if I'm gonna just let the defender win as well too, then there are gonna be times when the defender probably actually fouls him and it should have been called. But Either way, definitely, you can definitely see the familiar patterns in the way that he looks, when the way he draws the contact with the way that he was flopping earlier in the series. So that's why I think that, again, it can be a little difficult to judge if there is some extra contact that maybe throws him off at times. It's like, well, initially it looked like, it was just one of your routine foul draw situations. Hey, yo. But Fox now, we get little horns at the top, chat. The double screen. Fox now re-driving. It seems like he may have had... I don't know why he is hesitant to fully commit to going to the basket. I guess good defense by Chet. Hey, yo, the all-NBA player Chet Holmgren. So, maybe... Is he scaring off De'Aaron Fox right now? That'd be a little surprising, honestly, if that were the case. Carter Bryant. Oh, Chet, unafraid. Carter Bryant goes right to the basket and gets the layup. That layup barely hanging on to the basket and dropping in. But he does get it to go. But, either way, for Fox, he should probably commit a little bit to attacking some more. Because it seems like the lanes... Or at least commit to the floaters as well, too, and some of those little mid-range stuff. Because he's getting into some space there around the basket. Hey, yo. So, I mean, again, for what we're saying about the foul there, like... maybe Chet, not the cleanest block attempt. He does get the basketball at some point, but I think there's definitely a lot of other contact going on there outside of just the basketball on both of those back-to-back drives to the basket. But, he gets away with them. We can't be too mad with the way it's going for tonight. They're just letting him play. So they just told Mark Davis to hey, yo, let him go. Call like 3 fouls in the fourth quarter if you need to. But otherwise, I guess Shea is the one that is getting to the line tonight. Oh, chat, let me know if this is obnoxious. Hey, yo, we've got the gallon water situation. I just casually pulled this out. Pause. Hey, yo. But we got this the other day for Memorial Day because, I mean, obviously we have the metal water bottle. I guess, we like the metal water bottle, obviously, because of the... the plastic can be reusable, so I mean you can avoid maybe some plastic controversy there. But there's obviously now we're getting into the territory, chat. But there is some health stuff with like a plastic water bottle versus a metal water bottle. Like it's probably a little better to have it. If you're drinking out of it every day, probably to have a little better to have a metal one. But again, it probably just depends on which article you read. As well, too. I don't know. I feel like an aunt might have told me that or something at some point. So now I just believe it. But, for Memorial Day, our water bottle, it wasn't going to sustain a Memorial Day cookout. So I was like, well, let me just go grab the gallon jug. Because the gallon jugs are like $1 at the store. They're still, like, the one thing that hasn't moved with inflation, I guess for better or worse, is the gallon jug of water. It's like I guess it's like $1.50 now, which is still like probably pretty crazy. Hey, yo, I'm not gonna sit here and say that a gallon jug of water should be $1.50. It's like, hey, yo, but I'm still saying in the scope of what you can buy in the store, like pound for pound, a jug of water for $1.50 is not a bad deal. Hey, yo, Chad, that's where we're at right now in this economy. It is what it is. But I was like, well, let me just grab the gallon jug instead of because. Obviously the other types of drinks that are gonna be around there, hey, yo, but I was just like, let me just grab the gallon jug so that way I'm not like buying a bunch of little water bottles or something like that. But now I've just been refilling the gallon jug as well too. I even took it to the gym the other day, so now I was the guy at the gym with the gallon jug. Hey, yo, I haven't taken it into work yet. That would be the last territory. Would be to take the gallon jug into work. I mean, you can, how many ounces are in a gallon? Because you can buy, like, those 64-ounce kind of water bottles as well, too, that got, like, the mark. They're a little bit more of a traditional water bottle. So, you don't get judged the same way you do bringing in the gallon carton. Chad, maybe I'm trying to put an end to the gallon jug stigma. I don't know. Pause. Hey, yo, Chad, I don't know. I feel like this is a pretty pro jugs pod in a lot of ways. But, hey, yo. But what are we saying? For the carrying around the water, I guess the problem is now I am thinking about it like, the other guy at the gym that carries the gallon jug of water, I can't say he's like,
our favorite guy at the gym. I mean, we probably have pretty neutral feelings. He's not in there like a ton. Hey, yo, call him out, chat. No, we're just kidding. He's probably got busy. He's probably a busy guy, but yeah, I guess hey, yo, it is what it is. Some guys are just doing their own thing when they're in there. But yeah, again for the move of carrying the water, I guess again it is about the person more so than it is about the water bottle, right? So we could be a good person and still carry around the gallon carton of water, but I am hesitant to start carrying it out in public, chat, because it is a move. It is a move, but it is a good. I am a simple guy like that. Hey, yo, like I need the literal goal to be able, like, as dumb as it sounds, like I never believe those types of things where it's like, if you need to drink more water, get a bigger water bottle. I'm like, no, you don't need to. I'll just refill my water bottle more. And it's like, no, you don't. Like, I actually drink more water when I have a bigger water bottle. Hey, yo, I guess I'm just that lazy, chat. I'm that lazy that I can't refill my water bottle more than once a day. But I guess it is what it is, And I also remember once at a basketball camp that I was at, somebody said that the trainer, who I'm pretty sure, I don't know what his degrees were. We might have to go back and look. I think his degree was he was just out of prison like 6 months ago. Hey, yo. But, I think he told us that drinking a gallon of water a day gives you the same impact as steroids. So I think that's one of those things that I don't know if that's real or not. I can't imagine. It gives you the same impact as steroids. Hey, yo. I guess I don't know what all steroids are doing to you biologically. Hey, yo. But a lot of them are going to be like test boosters and things like that, right? So I don't know. Is drinking a gallon of water a day going to, I guess, boost your test? Hey, yo. But, Chad, are we going to be aggro on the pod now? I guess that's what we're saying. And that's maybe why the guy that drinks the gallon water is kind of aggro. I don't know. Maybe we are going to be. I'm not sure. But, I was thinking about, I was kind of in a, flexing mood going into this game. Just kind of like a type of ordeal. Hey, yo, I don't know, just like some sporting events, you just really need like a strong front flex before the game, if that makes sense. There is just something about that specific cheer that just is really like a like getting ready for a tough sporting event. But yeah, let us know. DM us REMINGTOM Pod on Instagram. Let us know what is your opinion of the guy that you see drinking the water out of the gallon jug. Hey, yo. What's your opinion of a guy just ripping out of jugs, chat? Hey, yo. Let us know at REMINGTOM Pod on Instagram. But at least now in my personal life, at home, in my home life, in my private life, I'm hey, yo, chat. I guess in public I'm not a jugsman, but in private I am a jugsman. No, I think I think publicly, like we said earlier, publicly we're pro jugs, right? If we haven't been pro jugs before, then again we'll make it right. But yeah, in our private life now, we're drinking water out of a gallon jug, chat. So again, if you see an attitude change, if we just start talking about, I don't know, chicken breasts. I mean, we do have chicken drumsticks right over there, but hey, yo, chat, it's happening. It's happening. It is what it, I guess our green smoothie, our gallon water, our chicken. Hey, yo, chat, this is embarrassing. It is what it is. But there is this one guy that we used to always make fun of at work because he was. I mean, it is what it is. You always make fun of people that are trying to achieve things. But he was he was trying to bulk up, and he was just really committed to it. And he probably could have done it without being as committed as he was, because the problem is he would go into work and then they would just make him throw all his food away. Well, they wouldn't make him throw it away, but the problem is it was a trampoline park, so you'd have to go up and monitor the courts and monitor the trampolines themselves where the customers are at and jumping around. So he would get up there with just meals and just be eating and stuff. Pause. Hey, yo, I guess no eating on the job, chat. Not this one. But it's just he was just very, very committed.
It is what it is. And we love to see it looking back, but now again, it's like, am I gonna start being that guy? Am I just gonna have Ziploc bags full of chicken in my pockets, just carrying them around at work, just like trying to sneak a bite every now and then? Hey yo, and now I've got my gallon jug and my Ziploc bags of chicken, but we're headed that way. It is what it is. So shout out to all the tryhards and the overachievers out there, chat. We do have to learn something from them. At the end of the day, the techniques can be applied. It's just sometimes how you apply the techniques, right? Is the careful balance in life sometimes. But it's still 44-38, 5 minutes left. Castle driving. Oh, not able to get it to go. But I thought there was 3 Thunder people there. I don't know how Castle was the only one that touched it, but apparently he is. So quick inbound by the Thunder. They're going, no challenge. I guess it is what it is. A lost possession. Shea has it. Oh, he gets to go. I was going to say, it feels like he's created some space on some crossovers. I just don't know if his jumpers have all been, as consistent. Oh, he's 6 for 9, chat. Hey, yo. He has been the one piece tonight. So I guess like we're can't carry. So even if they lose this game, honestly, this type of game he needs. He just needs to. Like we're saying, I think the Thunder are legitimately undermanned at this point. Just kind of watching it play out, like I would honestly be a little bit disappointed if San Antonio doesn't close this game out. A 9-2 run, and we're up 4. Again, I'm not saying we're gonna win this by 20 like we did the last one, but I genuinely kind of think we're the more talented team on the court. Like right now, like we're saying, without the players that OKC has. With the players that they're missing, I think we do have the advantage. Oh, Wemby, the 3, not able to get it to go. That's a rush shot, chat. Hey, yo. I mean, obviously his shot making, but 3 for 7 compared to Shea 6 for 9. Second halves are very important. That's where history is made, anyways, right? In the second half. Hey, yo. Oh, Shea again, chat. He makes it a 2-point game. Okay, Wemby. Here we go, Wemby. This is where we start taking the shadow crossovers and the shadow jumpers, chat. We're going to start guarding the TV. Hey, yo. Somebody stop this man. Okay, Wemby. Post him up. Post him up, Wemby. Oh, no. Oh, no, chat. Hey, yo. I don't even know. We're not even going to call for moves that we want. Just the moves that we can make here on the couch. Hey, yo, pause. We've all been there, chat. Hey, yo. But I guess, now it's going to got to go back to double Shea, focus on Shea at this point. Oh, Castle the steal, good deny on the give and go. Caruso the harder foul attempt, pause, as he does. Castle, Dylan Harper knows. Castle gets riled up about those. I think it happened earlier, and I think maybe that's why Caruso is maybe committing it to it again. 'Cause he's like, I guess I can just do this. This is part of basketball, but it is a little bit dirty. Like, what is what are we doing, Caruso? Come on. We don't need to be, pulling these guys down to the ground. I know there is that balance of you want to commit a foul so the guy doesn't actually. Yeah, see, he's not. There is a fine line between the wrap up of the arm so he doesn't get the shot up, and then I'm gonna grab his arm and pull him down while he's jumping. Because that's what Caruso's done the last couple of times. Is he's grabbed his arm while Castle is actually airborne. And pulled him down to the ground. So if you're wrapping up, like I feel like maybe like Steven, speaking of Thunder Legends, I feel like maybe like Steven Adams is pretty good at this. Like Steven Adams will have some care in the way that he wraps you up. Pause. Where it'll be like he'll you bring the arms in, but you almost like bring the player in. You don't want to call it a hug, but there is almost a hug mentality to it, where. Again, that becomes a little bit more like a Draymond type of situation for what Caruso is doing there. And again, there is a history of him in Castle having this type of an interaction on a fast break, again, I'm not the type of guy to sit here. I'm not gonna even sit here and say, Caruso's a dirty player because of that play, but I'm just saying, is that play like an appropriate basketball play? I don't think so. I do like to think of plays of if this play would be a little bit more difficult because of the court, like if it was outside on a concrete court and this would hurt that player, Like, would you want to still do this play on the hardwood? Pause. Like, just because you may think you can get away with pulling a guy to the ground, on an NBA arena court, it's like if we were hey, I'm gonna name a park, but if we were over at the park, and you just pull a guy down onto the concrete like that, like he's probably gonna, he might get skinned up a little bit at that point. He might get bruised up, and get some scrapes at that point. But again, for Caruso there, I'm not saying throw him out of the game either at this point, but I do see the frustration for Castle. I don't think he's just being annoying, losing his temper, being sensitive about those plays. I do see the frustration there for Caruso being a little bit excessive in the way that he is, and being a little careless as well too, in the way that he is having those fouls on those transition stuff. So we've got Caruso now initiating the offense to Shea this time. Still trying to attack from that side. Chat. Hey, yo. He's automatic in the second. It is what it is. He's the MVP of the league all of a sudden. I guess we can't forget about that. Is he the only MVP that still has to earn his MVP? Hey, yo. I mean, I feel like a lot... Oh, Fox, what a shot. Oh, Chad, that might be the biggest shot of Fox's career at this point. Hey, yo, second quarter, game 7, just spinning mid-range. Hey, yo, 7 points for Fox. But, again, for Shea, I feel like a lot of guys that have that MVP disappointment, again, it's because they were bounced from the playoffs early. And it's like, oh, it's Dirk, it's awkward, he just missed, he just lost in the second round, and now we're giving him the MVP trophy. But Shea is, like, in the conference finals, like, actively, like, not bumming people out, but still, like, actively not necessarily being the MVP of the league. But this is, like, that actual MVP of the league for Shea Games, so we do have to respect that in some type of way. And they just had a big 3 from Dort as well, too, on the last possession, and Keldon Johnson just responded with a missed 3, so OKC might grab the lead going into halftime here, which would be, I guess not worst case scenario, but definitely a bit of a bummer. The momentum has definitely flipped here with the way that Shea has been making shots. Oh, Jay Will, he's got to miss it. Oh, Chad, if Jay Will's making buckets now, then they're locked in. Hey, yo, he was clanking them earlier. So, and that's good by Shea getting him set up in the mid-range as well, too. Good job by Jay Will taking a couple extra steps in to get that to go. Fox, a little careless on the drive. Do we get a foul for San Antonio, or is Chet drawing the foul? Chet. Oh, I think Chet's going to the free throw line. Oh, no. San Antonio falling apart. Maybe Mitch Johnson should have slid a timeout in here. I don't know. I don't know. Stop the momentum. But, yeah, for, again, Shea, the creation as well, too. And finding Dort on the last play for the 3 on top. So he has taken over the game in a crazy way. And I still stand by what I said earlier, Chad. I would be disappointed if the Spurs, with the injuries, did not close this one out. So, we'd have to give Shea, a magnitude of credit for the way that he's playing right now in this game. It's not even just the MVP. Again, like we're saying, there is that historic look-back factor of this game just for all the stuff that's happening right now. Shea's 2 MVPs, just his finals MVP before even, they still even need to legitimize that. I don't know if every team that wins one finals needs to legitimize it with the second one. There does feel like sometimes there gets to be that narrative. Like again, thinking about the Warriors with Steph were exactly like that. But I guess both the Warriors and the Thunder had the similar situation of the team that they were facing in the finals had some major injuries. So, and Wemby throws it out of bounds, chat. Wemby! Oh, no. But for LeBron, he was still there in 14-15, but of course they didn't have Kyrie and Kevin Love, so you still had a little bit of like okay, if the Cavs had been fully healthy, should they have won the finals that year? Should they have been the better team? And then, I guess obviously ended up winning it the next year, even if the Warriors won 73 games. Fox again for 3. Makes it a 1-point game, so the De'Aaron Fox trade is, now all of a sudden looking like it's been the most worth it that it's been at any point in the year. So Castle defensively on Shea, locking in, chat. Him and Johnson, they're just swarming at the half court. I don't know how much better defense you could play. And then turnover leads to a offensive rebound putback dunk. which does give us the lead with 35 seconds. I'll say I don't know how much better defense they could have played right there on that possession. Shea almost got that pass out too. So, hey, this second half, chat. This second half is going to be brutal. Caruso spinning, driving, just throwing it at the basket. The carelessness. We love it. I don't know. Get it back to Fox. Fox has been the veteran in this game. Fox has been, been calm on the last couple of possessions. I don't know. Wemby, threw it out of bounds last time he had it. Hey, the Wemby Castle pick and roll, or Wemby Vassell pick and roll. They're trying to use Wemby as a perimeter creator. The crossover, the drive, the spin, chat. Oh, the bank shot. Oh, he's brilliant. Hey, 56-53. What a close, chat. Caruso, the three. Oh, for the tie. He couldn't quite get it to go. Hey, what a close, chat. Almost a little reminiscent of game one. The way that at the end of those overtimes and stuff where OKC made that push and it was like, oh, here it is. Here's where they're going to win. And then San Antonio hit a couple buckets and it was like, oh, nope, they're back. It's okay. So, we still have the lead going into halftime. Hey, but again, Shea, arguably, do we call it the best half of his career? I guess 19 was 19 not the high that he had before? I guess maybe that was just this playoffs. I don't remember. They were showing those stats because I guess is this the second time that Shea has had almost a 20-point half? I guess it is. But also this efficiently as well too, and again with the injuries, being able to set some guys up. Where's he at? 5 assists. So pacing, just on a casual 40-10 pace for tonight. I don't know where his rebounding pace is at as well too. Hey, could he put up a 40, 10, and 8? I mean, if Shea put up a 40, 10, and 8 tonight, I would not be surprised. I would honestly not be surprised. Wemby right now pacing for I guess a light 26 and 2. Nothing too crazy, but obviously Castle and Fox and the team are helping elevate there as well. So yeah, check Caruso 1 for 8, chat, in the first half. Hey, but I guess we got to take a breather. OKC won that quarter by 4 points, but San Antonio still takes a 3-point lead into the half. So we'll be right back. Hey, chat, catch your breath. Second half action right after this. All right, chat, we are back. Spurs up by 3, of course, at the half. But I guess, oh, and we're the favorites now. Oh, chat, look at that. The money line equal, but -1.5. I was gonna say, I mean, if they had OKC, that would have break my heart. That would have broken my heart if they didn't believe in us. They didn't believe in us, chat. But I know God did. Oh, they counted us out. They didn't think that we would make it. Hey, chat, let's go. Hey, yo, I mean, again, Spurs versus Knicks in the finals. It just seems so correct. Hey, yo, it just seems like it has to be the right answer. I mean, the two orange and blue. I mean, what are we doing? A little bit of a rematch as well too. We get some legacy there with the Spurs and the Knicks. It just seems like it has to be the right answer for what this finals matchup is for the year. And again, it just seems like the best version of the finals that we could get as well too. I guess the concern would be, have we gotten that every year? I mean, last year we did with the way that it ended up turning out, but going into the finals, I don't necessarily know if we thought if Indiana versus OKC would have been the best matchup, potentially. But San Antonio versus New York again would have been right up there. Even going into the regular season, preseason matchup stuff, that would have been pretty highly anticipated. At that point, we still wouldn't have known what the Tatum injury would have looked like with him returning. We didn't necessarily, know 100% if he would be back for this year. And then we didn't know the Pistons would be a 60-win team at this point for the East. I guess, outside of that, not much stood out. So the idea of New York winning the East was pretty standard, I think, going into the regular season. And I guess San Antonio ascending there wouldn't have been crazy, but, regardless, there would have been a couple teams that maybe would have been put before him. But, the hype of that potential matchup and the excitement of that would have still been, right up there with those other ones that would have been just as likely. But, New York versus Denver, even if we would have thought that would have been more likely going into the regular season, I don't know if we would have thought that would have been more exciting than San Antonio versus New York. Because, again, if San Antonio is going to be in the finals, you know what that implies about Wemby at this point. So, obviously that's just going to be exciting to have him playing at that level, at that stage in general. But they just showed Shea's player odds at this point, and he is over under 38 points for the game total right now. So, I mean, again, I think a Shea 40-point game, like, hey, yo. Like, we might actually be getting an MVP performance from the MVP. Like I said, his highest game total so far for points is 32. With, I guess, did he have more than that in game one? Wemby had 41, so he would have been the game leader overall. But I don't think Shea had, like, a crazy amount of points in this game. Did he have 24? And then, yeah, Jalen Williams had 26. So, again, they were at their best when they had Jalen Williams almost. And then, Caruso playing well, too, in that game. That's right. Caruso was the leading scorer with 31 in that game. But, yeah, for Shea, this is definitely having the potential to be his, magnum opus Western Conference game that he loses. Hey, yeah. But, no, we don't want to jinx it that way. But either way, just to, take as much responsibility and offense that he is to the level that he is producing at is definitely, I think, pretty confirming of who he is anyways. But in the playmaking, definitely staying there as well too. Oh, wait, OKC now. Oh, San Antonio moves to -125 on the money line. OKC -105. So again, San Antonio was tied at -115 there for a second, but I guess now it's officially matched a little bit more the -1.5 spread for San Antonio. So I guess the over/under for the game is the total is basically staying kind of the same at this point. But the spread and the money line have definitely flipped. Or wait, it closed with OKC -108. San Antonio -110. So again, I guess it was basically pretty much into pick'em territory almost, but still, again, there was a little bit of an analytical advantage for OKC. So we'll see if that is the third quarter in this game, I feel like that was in game 5 for them, or was that the second quarter when they went crazy? Yeah, second quarter. I guess they put up 40 in that one. Third quarter last game, I feel like San Antonio, obviously dominated the whole game, but hey yo, but yeah, 32-13 in the third quarter for San Antonio. So, again, you do have OKC going into the hostile environment, and I guess, speaking of hostile, it was not pretty. Hey yo, 13 points in a quarter is pretty gruesome. I'm not gonna lie. So, again, there maybe is a little bit of that mental, live to see the next game factor that you get into with a game 6 like this. And we had talked about in some of the game 7s before, they had let it go to game 6, or in some of the game 6 they had let it go to game 7 beforehand. But yeah, I don't know. Well, will OKC at home in front of their crowd, respond in the second half the same way that they did here? Because they did win the second quarter in that last game as well too, 31-25. So it's not like they were cold going into the half afterwards. But Shea was definitely, not playing as well in this game as in this last game as he is in this current game. But who knows? Maybe this will be the cool down quarter for Shea here. Hey yo, hopefully that's a thing we just invented for him. The cool down quarter that he can have going into the third. But yeah, otherwise, Wemby might have to match him a little bit. Shout out, hope, the Fox half. I don't know if that'd be something to be reliable on for the rest of the game. I mean, hopefully it would be, of course, considering again his sort of value in the league at this point. But regardless, I think that, at least getting the one good half out of him is pretty important for getting this game 7 win. And, if it's Wemby, Castle, or Harper, one of these guys just stepping up and having a good scoring performance. We haven't even really had the crazy Harper, 3 baskets in a row at this point. The 6 Harper points in a row. But, yeah, the Thunder do miss their opening shot right away. So, if they're going to get 13 points this quarter, good start. Hey, yo, let's hope another under 20-point quarter. Imagine, though, in a game 7, that'd be tough. Dagnaw. Hey, yo, there'd be some questions. Fox, ooh, the confidence immediately takes a quick corner 3 right away and is not able to get it to go. I mean, again, he definitely had a good first half, a little bit of a heat check shot. But, yeah, maybe get into the offense a little bit there to start the game. I don't even remember who his matchup was. I don't even think it was a good matchup for him. Go to the basket. Caruso attacking, Wemby the rebound. And they did say that OKC had like 17 second chance points in the first half. So if the Spurs just manage to clean up some of the initial defensive stops, then they might actually close the game in the third quarter in the way they did the last game, or the fourth quarter. They might actually be able to dominate this second half, because that is quite a majority of the offense. I mean, that's almost a third of their offense off of just, the Spurs not ending possessions. Defense doesn't stop with a missed shot, chat. Hey, yo, you got to get the rebound. Everybody knows that. The greats know that. Hey, yo, Gene Hackman and Hoosiers, Nick Nolte and Blue Chips, all the great coaches, know that you got to get the rebound to end the possession. But Wemby with the crazy dunk on the other end. You love to see it. 60-55 here. Oh, chat. Hey, yo, a gust of wind just almost blew a board over. We have a big whiteboard set up on the wall. It almost blew over. I think we're okay, though. I was like, am I going to have to save it real quick? But no. We're doing okay. I guess it wouldn't necessarily knock anything down. I think the DVD pile is out of the range of motion there, so we should be good. But I guess, the set would be crashing down into frame. It would be interesting. Oh, Chad, they just panned away to the coach for the Spurs that got hired by the Magic to be their head coach. I forgot about that. Hey, yo. Some guy named Sweeney. Hey, Sweeney Todd, Sidney Sweeney. I'm not sure what his name is, but oh, Shea with a 3, chat. Hey, yo, killing it with the crazy step back. I mean, he's turned into a different perimeter player here with some of the threes. He's like hitting these threes off the dribble. It looks a little Stephish almost. It's crazy. Wemby's going to have to, step through. Did he just bat it out of bounds? Chat getting a little hurried on some of the shots there. Maybe, is he starting to jaw with the Thunder crowd a little bit? Hopefully he's not getting a little too rattled. Hopefully this guy, Chad, he looks like a plant. Hey, yo. He looks like he looks like a double agent. This Sweeney coach, I don't know what the Magic have to do with the Thunder, but we're going to find out there is some trade connection going on when he gets there. It's like, the Magic trade Franz Wagner and, Anthony Black for Chet. And it's like, well, Chet made it All-NBA. Like, we really have to give up quite a bit. And it's like, it's like, I don't know about that. But, maybe that is a close trade. I don't know. Like, I personally would probably rather have both of the two guys there than Chet, but Chet did make an All-NBA. So it is pretty close. But the Thunder do have the lead here, 61-60. You can hear the crowd starting to turn up in the background a little bit. We might have to turn on DJ Khaled to drown him back out. They counted us out. We didn't think that we would make it. Okay, wait, is Wemby in the game? Wemby, just play him the whole half. Lock him in, chat. Hey, yo, Wemby's playing the 24. Can we do math? Shea drawing the foul. Chat, how many free throws has he taken? That does seem like it might be the first. Oh, he's up to 23, chat. This might be the first, like, real good pump fake that he's gotten for tonight as well, too. 3 for 5, so he hasn't been, like, violently shooting a ton of free throws as well. But, yeah, he hasn't. Again, you got Caruso over here, 2 for 10. Hey, yo, Dort and Case and Wallace, 2 for 7 combined. Chet's taking 2 shots total. So, if the other Jalen Williams and Chet or and Shea are able to beat the Spurs, again, that'd be a bummer. If the other Jalen, and he's 0 for 2 from 3. Hey, yo, I guess 33% from 3, 60% from the free throw line. We're 49, 42, 88. They're 48, 33, and 60. I guess the game is tied right now on the ESPN, but on the TV we're losing. So I don't know. We're a 50, 40, 90 team right now. We're losing the game. What is happening? What is happening? Does playing well mean anything? Does good play mean anything anymore? Is the game just rigged? Are we in a simulation? Is this real? Hey, yo, I thought if you were 50, 40, 90, you were good. Hey, yo, I thought just locked it in. That means you're going to win, but Champagny with the 3, so, at least ties it back up a little bit. At least we're not losing with that stat line. I don't know, same number of possessions. Fox, he's speedy. Chad, remember when Fox used to be the fastest player in the league? Oh, Chad. Remember when he would have just zipped down the court there? I mean, obviously not for San Antonio, but, hey, yo. 2 guys in front of him almost would have just ran right past both of them back in the day. Not even close. I mean, his speed and then leaping ability off of that, like, it is different now. It is different now. I don't know what he's had for injuries and stuff, and just, well, I guess he's literally been dealing with it all playoffs. But, in terms of, like, if we were going back and looking, like, did he have the big ACL tear? Did he have the big knee tear or the big ankle injury or something? I guess that does remind me, Chat. Hey, yo, speaking of ankle injuries, I was watching Misery today with James Caan, Kathy Bates. Hey, yo, rest in peace, Rob Reiner, and James Caan as well, too. Hey, yo, the cast of Misery. But, Rob Reiner, one of the, I guess, the great Rob Reiner movies. But I haven't seen that in a while, and I forgot there's the one part where, I guess, spoiler alert for Misery, if you haven't seen it yet, it's on Tubi. James Caan, Kathy Bates, didn't Kathy Bates win an Oscar for that? So there is, like, I guess, movie history reasons why you should go back and watch it, other than just it's a pretty good film. But, spoilers, 3, 2, 1. We won't say too much, but she does this thing called hobbles him. Hey, yo, chat. I mean, it's bad. It is bad. I didn't realize that movie was as violent as it was. But he starts off, it starts off like he's Doctor Strange. Imagine Doctor Strange, but it just goes totally wrong, is essentially the plot of the movie. I guess it's actually, he's a writer, not a doctor. But he gets in a car crash, and then it turns out this person, Kathy Bates, who's like his #1 super fan, he's this famous author, is the person that saves him from the car crash up in the mountains. So she takes him to her isolated cabin, hey, yo, and then helps nurse him back to health. So, I mean, in a thriller movie, you can imagine kind of where that could go crazy there. But Yeah, there is the part where he wakes back up after the crash and she's got him all put back together, and it's like, oh, Chad, I mean, hey, yo, my legs are feeling it right now. Like, hey, yo, I mean, it is what it is. Like, he had the compound fracture situation after the car crash. I mean, they don't show that, but they show him like all bruised up and stuff, and oh, it's nasty. It is nasty. But there's another part as well too. What was I thinking of? Well, the hobbling. Yeah, hey, speaking of ankle injuries, the hobbling is gnarly. It is gnarly. It's one of those it's one of those things that in a thriller they wouldn't, even in a bad thriller, they would never do it. Even in like a scary horror movie, it's one of those things where just like somehow the protagonist would get out of this at the last second. And I guess maybe the hot take is, the hobbling should have affected him more at the end outcome of the movie than it did. James Caan, again, spoiler alert, one of the great movie fight performances. Honestly, like one of the great movie fight performances anybody has ever had. Like, I don't know, there's Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker in the spa in Rush Hour 2. And there's James Caan versus Kathy Bates with both legs broken and his feet hobbled and he's got no lower half essentially, in that fight. And somehow he's able to beat a fully mobile Kathy Bates. Honestly, it is a choke by Kathy Bates. I'm not going to lie. It's probably like a 3-1. It might even be a 3-0 choke by Kathy Bates. She's got him post-car crash. And, I mean, I guess at this point we've already said the hobbling a couple times. If you're still with us, either you've seen it or, you can just hit the mute. It is what it is. But I guess I can't even describe it. We're gonna just move to a different rating system on the YouTube if I start describing what the hobbling is. But because I just have to look it up and just display it on the screen so you guys can read about it. I don't know. But basically, she just compromised his feet, if that makes sense, his ankles. So he can't run around anymore. Because, again, he is healing up. So, it's like, well, he's going to be leaving soon. I've got to make sure that he can't leave. So let me just she re-injures him, is essentially the point. And, again, he's been hobbled. He's been car crashed. And Kathy Bates has a gun and drugs and him injured, and somehow ends up 3, 2, 1 spoiler ends up losing the movie. It is what it is. I guess there are still details throughout that could be, of course, revealed if you watch it on Tubi. It's a great watch. Again, shout out to Rob Reiner, obviously, for was that this year, Chad, or was that last year? I forget exactly when that all happened, but of course. One of the great filmmakers, and not one of the films that I would go back to. I would say James Caan is not one of the actors that I would always, majorly go back to outside of Elf. Of course, I guess he is in The Godfather as well too, but I can't say there's a ton of other James Caan movies that I would be locked in on. But that was a pretty good one. And another one I'm not maybe. I don't know if it is kind of similar to Cape Fear or not. I guess they're both kind of the thriller. I mean, Cape Fear is obviously a little bit of a different type of villain in that thriller. But I guess maybe Isolation, there's something about like northern Midwest to northern U.S. isolation, snow. I guess is Cape Fear though is like, it's the Cape, so I guess that's like eastern United States, right? It's not like Oregon or Portland. I was thinking for a second it's like the Pacific West Coast, but I think it's the east, the northeast coast. So, but with Cape Fear being remade, I feel like Rizzery. Hey yo, Rizzery's a different show. That's a crazy show. Hey yo, Rizzery is a lot funnier. Rizzery is an author, I guess, gets trapped by a fan who's like trying to flirt with him. Like, it's a much more raunchy rom-com version of Misery. The hobbling is a different scene, chat. Hey, yo, there's some limping around afterwards. He's like, oh, I can't walk. But, I guess, what I don't even remember what we were calling it. Oh, Rizzery. Hey, yo. But I feel like they could remake that. I mean, I'm just committing at this point now. If they're remaking everything, I don't care anymore. I'm just going to say they should remake everything. Like, I'm not going to start arguing. We've argued for original content enough, and you know what? We got Sinners. I think we're good. we got The Dark Knight and Sinners and Training Day. We've got enough original movies in our, our collection. We'll be fine. So we're good for remakes for the rest of Hollywood. You can just do whatever you want. But, for it feels like there is an updated, maybe even, again, there is, like Misery obviously gets dark with the way that but I think it's more because it's based on a Stephen King book. So it's more the subject matter of the book is dark. Rob Reiner as a filmmaker, I don't know if he's the darkest filmmaker in terms of the tone of his movies. Like, again, there's still, like, somehow, like, a Rob Reiner lightness to the movie. Like, legitimate. Like, I don't think the movie's even that physically dark as well, too, for a thriller movie. Like, I don't know. There is just, like, literally, like, a darker, more shadier version of Misery, where, like, the room is just, like it's just, like, set at night. Like, a lot of the scenes in Misery are set in the day, which maybe makes it creepier, but there's just, like, there's just, like, a version of it where he's just, like, locked in the basement, it's dark, and it's, like, more of a horror movie, and, you really lean in and make it, like, really gruesome. I mean, it's almost maybe, like, Saw with, again, that gets really crazy. I'm not even one for violent stuff over here, but, again, you could maybe do some type of off-screen mix-up as well, too. Like, they show the hobbling more than I thought they were going to. I honestly thought, I kept watching it because I was like, there's no way it's actually going to happen. What is the last, I was like, Rob Reiner's a genius. He's really, Alfred Hitchcock, the ticking time bomb under the table. I was like, he's really stretching this out for quite a bit. And then, nope, he's like, nope, there it goes. He gets hobbled. So, hey, I guess the bomb exploded. But shout out Misery, a classic. It is what it is. I don't know what movie Auto played after that right before this. It had Ray Liotta and Kurt Russell in it, so that did seem interesting. Let me see real quick. Oh, Unlawful Entry. Was that what it was called? Maybe I did see that real quick. Oh, 92. I think we got it, chat. I think we got it. Unlawful Entry. What do we got here? Roger E. Mosley, Madeline Stowe, Deborah Offner. Happily married Michael and Karen call the police after a failed robbery. Officer Pete Davis arrives and helps arrange the installation of a new security system. The Grateful Cars have Pete to dinner and strike up a friendship. Pete invites Michael to ride with him during night patrol and give him a chance to beat up a burglar. Michael refuses and tells the disturbed cop to stay away, but Pete begins stalking the terrified couple. Oh, chat, so that is it. So they call the cops on a failed home robbery, but the cop they end up calling ends up stalking them. So that is a pretty good plot. And Ray Liotta, we're going to have to go through the Ray Liotta movies a little bit more. Ray Liotta's an underrated actor. I mean, it's difficult to say you're underrated when you have the heights that he did in Goodfellas. Like, De Niro is obviously the front of the poster here, but, I mean, come on. We all know, with all due respect to everybody in Goodfellas, like, that's Liotta's movie. Liotta is the main guy in that movie. I was going to say, he doesn't carry that movie. It's a great movie. But he is the main guy in that movie. But, like, his actual sort of more starring role movies, I guess, I don't know what he does in Killing Him Softly or some of these stuff. We might have to go back and double check some of these. John Q? They have been showing me that free on YouTube. Maybe we'll watch John Q tonight. Hey, I don't know, real uplifting, but still, obviously, a man trying to do anything for his son. That's fun. But I forgot about All Things Fall Apart with him and 50 Cent, the football movie. That's also been on Tubi as well too. 2006 Smoking Aces, as well. So Street Kings 2, Motor City. Oh, chat, we may have found it. I mean, this has to be on. Oh, it's not streaming anywhere. Of course not. Hey, Netflix. Oh, is this a Netflix movie? Oh, Netflix. Street Kings 2, Motor City, Netflix. Yeah. What am I looking at here? 2011? No, Netflix wasn't even around then. Maybe it was on. Marty Kingston, undercover narcotics detective who is shot and barely survives a drug bust gone wrong to save the life of his partner. We love a barely survived the previous movie situation. Is he not in Street Kings 1? Who's in Street Kings 1? Oh, Keanu, Forrest Whitaker, and Chris Evans. Oh, chat, they replaced Keanu with Ray Liotta? That's interesting. Naomi Harris is in this, though. Okay, maybe it does get added to the watch list after all. I don't know. Maybe we just watch the Naomi Harris. Tom Ludlow, a veteran member of LAPD, is still mourning the loss of his wife and trying to navigate through a world that does not make much sense anymore. When evidence implicates him in the death of a fellow officer, Ludlow begins to question the loyalties of everyone around him. So is Ray Liotta Ludlow then, essentially? Or, wait a second, is he a different guy? Oh, that's right, he's Marty Kingston. Hey, yo, so it's just a different movie, I guess. And we've said this before. We need to bring this back. The Hollywood sequel that really is nothing to do with the previous movie. Like, it's a totally different cast, a totally different set of... it's not even a different cast playing the same characters. It's a totally different cast and a totally different set of characters. It's just like, hey, like, it's just Street Kings 2. Why not call it that? 18% on Rotten Tomatoes, but I bet it's okay. Because, again, Ray Liotta's a great actor. He's not even a good actor. He's a great actor. There we go. I said it, chat. Ray Liotta is a great actor, and I stand by it. Street Kings 2, according to Kevin Carr here, filled with bad dialogue and line delivery, meant to pay mortgage rather than win any awards. Oh, chat. But this guy gives it a 6 out of 10. Street Kings 2 threads common ground, but it does its best on a limited budget, providing some noteworthy thrills. Like, that's definitely Liotta just captivating the screen a couple times, and you're just like, oh, I'm locked in. But I feel like there was another Liotta joint that I saw recently, and again, you don't hear anybody like talking about them in that type of way, or even in like a underground type of just like he's not like a you have him as your favorite actor type of guy, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if I've ever met anybody that has Ray Liotta as their favorite. I'm not even trying to say that as a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, I don't know why he, for the heights that he's achieved, he is underrated. He's like Isaiah Thomas. He's like, I met the qualifications. I should be on the dream team. I just, I wasn't there. I need to relook at that clip and see what the quote is there. Another 3 by Wemby, an 11-point lead now in the third quarter. A 16-2 run by San Antonio while we go through Liotta's filmography in Game 7. Rest in peace to Liotta. But the third quarter, Spurs strike once again. Hey, yo, we said it in the last game. It was the dominant third quarter performance, and now it is happening again. Shea, the jumper is off the mark, chat. Hey, yo. Hopefully the line on his 38-point performance has started to move back a little bit now. They just cut over to PJ Carlissimo looking up at the big screen. Shout out to PJ. Call in, PJ. Can we get PJ Carlissimo to do the finals with us? Hey, yo. That'd be quite the pull, but we'll see what we can get to work on here. Oh, Champagny. Oh, Chet with the rebound over Wemby. Wemby, block him next time. Hey, yo. Dunk on him next time. You got to get revenge there for something. Caruso looks a little bit slow to get up, though. He is kind of rolling around at this point. Hey, yo, back to Liotta, chat. We need to continue to look at Liotta's movies, but there is quite a few to look at here, so we will definitely get back to you. And a bunch of these are on Tubi. I bet Unforgettable. What was maybe Unforgettable? Some guy who murdered his wife. Turbulence. Copland. I don't know. Oh, was it one? What's the one? Maybe it was Identity. Have we mentioned this before? Was it Identity with him and Cusack? Yeah, him and Cusack. This movie is kind of fun. As well, too, Alfred Molina. I had this one lightly on. This was another lightly on in the background once. So, again, you have it lightly on and you watch the good scenes, like, the movie probably stands out. But it seemed like Leo, maybe we won't say too much. But it did seem like Liotta's performance in that was pretty fun. So, and obviously Cusack is going to be, a guy we'll throw on as well, too. So, I don't know if it's a pause, but either way. I guess, like we're saying, some underrated movies in the Liotta filmography. What did he have in '96, chat? Oh, Unforgettable was the one. Wait, what day was this? Do we need to do an Unforgettable? Oh, February 23rd. Oh, well, it is what it is. We'll get him next year, chat. '97, he had Turbulence and Copland, so we'll be back. Copland, De Niro, and Liotta again, and Stallone and Keitel. Hey, yo, lock it in. This should be on the Tubi front page every day. That should just be the Tubi mascot at that point. What is Tubi about? Copland. It is what it is. But, not able to get the bucket to go for who was even spinning around there? I didn't even see. Somebody for San Antonio. But, I mean, the OKC just throws it right out of bounds to the next possession. Shea, just a rocket right past Hartenstein. Hartenstein not even ready for it. 12-6 on the turnover, so double the turnovers for OKC for San Antonio is definitely going to be a big factor here. Fox with the floater, not able to get it to go. Another rebound. Oh! Hey, yo, at least, the Thunder are keeping it active as well, too, which you do have to give them credit there. And they have more guys around the basket trying to, get rebounds at this point. Cornette, he's trying. But he's got no elevation, so he can't get up there and jump and grab him, which is going to be a problem. I mean, Fox, if maybe he's not the same bounce that he used to, but he can still out-jump Cornette. It is what it is. Vassell, another miss. Oh, Johnson, the rebound. So that has definitely been a improving factor here in the third quarter, and now a foul because of it. Oh, Mitch Johnson, listening to the Trader chat. Ayo, and if we win that, does he go coach the Knicks after this series? Or go coach the Magic? Ayo, that'd be a bummer if he went to coach the Knicks. Ayo, imagine. It's like, oh, well, that would be a traitor. But, ayo, is it just like, you go coach your team? Like, I guess if you want to coach the team, go coach the team. I might take it a little personally. I'm not going to lie. Would I just let him go? I think I would, Chad. I kind of think I would. I mean, I guess, I don't know, if it was like a friend or something like that. If it was, if me and Billy Buckets were coaching on the Spurs. Oh, shout out to Billy Buckets. If we were coaching on the Spurs, and then Billy Buckets just got the Magic job, and it's like, wait a second, Billy Buckets, it's Game 7 of the Finals. Like, or Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. Like, what are you doing getting the Magic job? Maybe I would actually let Billy Buckets still coach the Game 7 of the Conference Finals with us because, shout out, he's our guy. But if it was a guy that, we just had on staff, just there, hey, yo, we might just be like, just go coach the team. Hey, yo, just, it's fine. If you want to leave, you can leave. We want people who want us. Hey, yo, it is what it is. But, shout out to Coach Sweeney. Hey, yo, we call him Coach Sweeney because we don't know his first name. I just, and why do we remember his last name is Sweeney? Because I saw it. That's the only reason why. Hey, yo. But, we did see that. His name is Coach Sweeney, I guess, at this point. So taking over for Coach Mosley, and I guarantee you he's not going to coach the summer league team. He probably, I guess, why we're not going to hate on him too much. He is on that Spurs coaching tree, so we need to defend him at the end of the day. Because again, any Magic success now, and the Mitch Johnson coaching tree. Hey, yo, imagine he's already got guys getting hired out. Chat. It is what it is. But I mean, we do need to support him at the end of the day, to a little bit, if he is that Spurs coaching family guy. But either way, just because it is hired out in the finals, we are, I guess, a little petty there. But Johnson with Keldon Johnson with a missed three. We've got Shea and Wemby both in the game at this point here. So it is almost basically starters in the game here at this point. Vassell on Shea. Shea, the step back, going for the pump fake foul again. Is that 3 or is that 2? Foot on the line? Do we get 2 free throws there? Is the pump fake automatically 2 free throws instead of 3? I think that's the rule, right? If you draw them going upward like that, but it's not actually like a real shot attempt, it's 2. Hey, yeah, somebody told the ref about this rule that we forgot about. Section 8010, Article 5, that's the rule. The rules in Section 8, chat. Hey, yeah. The rule is in Article 2.96, Section 42, Column 3. You can find it if Shea pump fakes and draws a foul. It's only one. Oh, it's only 1 free throw, chat. Hey, yo, would you look at that? It's actually no free throws at all if it's in Game 7. So I inbound it from the side and let's get going. Inbound it from the hash. That's the rule change that we're gonna implement. All Shea Gilgeous-Alexander fouls are inbounds from now on. There's no shooting fouls for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, only inbounds. He gets the ultimate punishment. No more free throws. No more free throws for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, he'll still probably score 30 a game. It is what it is. He's a talented player, but hey, yeah, we're going to try to change the league to take it out. We've got Shea out, doubling up the rest of the OKC starters at this point. They said they had 14 combined. Shea has 31. So, again, this is embarrassing. We got to close this game out. Hit some threes here, Vassell. Hey, yo, get a rebound. Again, two offensive rebounds in this possession. You know, it's still one continuous possession, but we do need to make up some of those offensive rebound stats. Oh, Wemby just chucking up a bad three. Hey, yo. Hey, yo, the Spurs offense is falling apart. Mitch Johnson, get your boys under control. Hey, yo. Where are the plays? Where's the point guard? Where's the settling down? Fox, settle these guys down. Where's the veteran leadership? You know, do we have to bring it? Do we have to call on Luke Cornett? That's the thing. It's going to have to be like Dylan Harper just randomly being like, I'm a 10-year vet. Let me just settle this down in the correct way and hit a jumper here, set up a guy here. Because he has been the one calming, consistent perimeter force over the entire playoffs. But, you know, again, he's a rookie. Hey, yo, it's incredible. I mean, rookie Harper, we've been comparing him to Ginobili quite a bit. But just in terms of Spurs guards, rookies, I mean, Ginobili didn't play initially as a rookie, of course. Parker did. I mean, Parker to Dylan Harper as a rookie, like, hey, yo, I mean, you know, Parker obviously was very productive, but, I mean, I think Dylan Harper might be a little bit more ready right away year one than Parker is, even in some of these playoff moments. And, you know, again, maybe I'm expecting too much of a margin in this game for, even if it's just a little bit of a talent discrepancy between OKC and San Antonio, but still, you know, I think that there should be a definite ability to keep them at a distance here. We've got Fox with the floater move going inside. There we go, 79-74, the little crossover. Fox, keep it rolling, Fox. We'd love to see it. He's heating up tonight, so, you know, we got to just play it by ear. Whatever happens. If last night he's clanking them, and it's 1 for 10, then you got to pull the plug at some point. But, you know, tonight obviously it's working, so it's fine. Wemby, hey, yo, we got to give him credit for affecting that Shea shot. I don't even know if he put up an arm to contest, but he was there, so I think he scared him. We'll give him credit that. The MVP, how many scares does Wemby have per game? Wemby scares? Hey, yo. I mean, you could kind of quantify that as a stat. There are times when the guys circle back out of the paint. There are, you know, shot alterations that you could maybe say are a little more extreme than others. So you could potentially, you know, argue that. Oh, Caruso, chat. We did see a similar play like this on Caruso yesterday, or in the last game. Vassell had the swipe down across Caruso's body, but still got ball. Pause. Before, you know, he was able to, before he got like Caruso or anything, you know, he didn't necessarily get contact with the body. But he went across the body to get the basketball, so it's like, well, he must have gotten contact with the body. But, you know, ultimately they reviewed it and said it wasn't a foul. Caruso with a similar situation there. I feel like if they were going to be consistent, the call would be for OKC. If they're going to be in favor of San Antonio, then obviously the call will be in favor of San Antonio. So we'll see here. This will be a good test for where we're at in the game in terms of, you know, bribery and honesty and, you know, league scripting. Hey, yo. Who is on whose side? Who will get this? Who will get this call here? And how does it go? Again, I feel like it might be obvious for Caruso at this point. He did do a good job of defense there. But, you know, regardless, we have had some ones go San Antonio's way, even on review as well. So let's hope it strikes again. Mark Davis. Mark Davis. Mark Davis is our favorite ref. I don't even know what the proper chant is here. Hey, yeah. They counted us out. They didn't think that we would make it, but Mark Davis did. Oh, yes, he did. Hey, he called a foul for us. Oh, yes, he did. Oh, Caruso, it's getting all ball and then contact. Upon review, it was determined that Caruso contacted the ball, and this is no illegal contact. Therefore, this is overturned. Oh, chat. I guess he had to give one to OKC at some point to keep him guessing. Okay, Mark Davis, we get it. It's fine. We understand your mission as a, you know, double agent. You do have to every now and then, you know, give OKC the call. But, you know, it's getting close there, and I guess shout out to Caruso, a good play on Fox. But that means it's still San Antonio's basketball because OKC knocked it out of bounds, right? Is that what happened? I guess I didn't pay attention to that part of the review. I just automatically assumed that San Antonio would get it if it would get it either way. You know, it'd be our bucket or our basketball. It just wouldn't be our bucket. But I guess I don't know if it's our bucket as well. I think it is oh, chat, they're giving it to OKC. It didn't go out of bounds on OKC? Hey, yo, did they clearly establish possession inbounds before the whistle blew? Are we sure about that? I don't think I know. I think I would play it after the block. It went out. It was going out of bounds on OKC. Hey, yo. I don't know about that. Wemby, the sweep through. Jay Will, the defense, the spin back. Oh, Champagny, the beautiful basketball chat. Castle in the corner 3, just not quite able to get it to go. If it was flipped around, if it was Castle out to Champagny in the corner for 3, then that would have been the ideal setting. But, Champagny, the one extra pass in the corner, maybe he should have just taken that as well, too. J-Dub to Dort. I mean, everything's going to be playing through Shea now. We've got a minute left in the third. I mean, this is all Shea in the fourth quarter here. Jay Will for 3. There's no way, chat. Hey, yo. Hey, yo, it is what it is. You got to have your random guy step up and hit some shots. We've got to have a guy that we add to the hate list for having random performances. And I guess tonight it's Jay Will, chat. I didn't expect it. I knew there was always something unlikable about him. Hey, yo. It is what it is. What is he up to now? 5 for 8, 11 points. It doesn't seem like much, but it's feisty, and it's just enough. Shea with 31 through 3 quarters, 10 for 17, 9 for 11 from the free throw line, chat. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. I mean, it is what it is. It's one of the great guard games that we've had. 6 assists, 3 turnovers. I guess maybe there's a little bit of a playmaking element that, he could get to, but he is carrying right now. They're throwing doubles at him. Again, he was hitting tough shots. The playmaking has been all the right moves, chat. Hey, yo. We hate to say it. What is that movie about? Is that one of the That's not like a Can't Buy Me Love situation, right? Is All the Right Moves I feel like we've looked this one up before. That's not Oh no, Love Don't Cost a Thing is what I'm thinking of. Hey, yo, what's all the right moves? 83? Oh, this is Hanks, not Hanks. Hey, who is that? Cruz? Craig T. Nelson, what is this? Stefan Djordjevic? Hey, yo, star player of his high school football team is desperately hoping his football talents will earn him a scholarship. His only chance to get out of his dying hometown of Ampipe, Pennsylvania. When a heated argument with his coach, Craig T. Nelson, gets him kicked off the team and blacklisted from college recruiters, Stefan must fight for the chance to live out his dream and escape the dead-end future he faces. Hey, yo, Craig T. Nelson just, blacklisting Stefan Djordjevic. That's a crazy move. Roger Ebert, 3 out of 4 stars, 61% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not bad. I guess also not streaming anywhere right now, but we'll keep it in mind. All the right moves. I always think about it when I say that phrase, but I never really know what that movie is, so now we know. But, regardless, it also, I guess Love also Don't Cost a Thing. Maybe we can reference that later, I guess. Maybe, I don't know how we'll drop that in. But shout out. Maybe we'll drum line if the Spurs win. Did we say we gotta get the drum line out or something? We can mention another Nick Cannon movie at some point. I guess those would be the two. Hey, yeah, we'll have to pull up the filmography and see what the other ones are. Hey, yeah. But, yeah, shout out. Stefan Djordjevic, that should be like a tennis movie or something. I mean, obviously, we're probably thinking of Djokovic when we say that, but still, I mean, has there ever been a football player, Stefan Djordjevic? Hey, I mean, Stefan Diggs, S-T-A-F-N, but Djordjevic? I mean, there was a Sebastian Janikowski, of course, was the kicker for the Raiders, but there isn't a lot of there isn't a lot of the Eastern European names the way that there is in the NBA. Like, obviously, basketball in the Eastern European countries is, hey, yo, Chet, there's a kid just doing some crazy celebration stuff over there. I don't know what was happening, but basketball obviously pretty popular in some of the, so you'll get your Bogdanoviches, Drazen Petrovic, Vlade Divac. Obviously there's a lot of Eastern European influence in the NBA, but I would say not so much in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. I could definitely go through the rosters and look at the names. There's more names, so they could just be getting lost in the shuffle. But it does not seem like they are as prominent in the NFL as they are in the NBA. So maybe Stefan Djordjevic has a ways to go. I don't know if the 80s Djordjevic, his path is looking a little bit clearer, but regardless, it would have been I think looking like a little bit of a long shot for Djordjevic. I guess if he's getting a scholarship, right, more so than the NFL. A scholarship could be like Division II. I guess, and that's the thing, sometimes we forget the scope of recruiting in movies. Like, I know that's not as fun. Wemby, the turnaround. Hey, yo. Imagine there's not going to be, like, a movie set in, 2018 where it's like, oh, there's a G League Ignite recruiter at the game. But again, we don't necessarily see like, oh, he's got recruit. It's always like he's got recruiters from USC and recruiters from, I guess it's always got to be the big LA schools, right? It's never because New York doesn't have really any successful sports schools. No disrespect. Hey, but you could say maybe St. John's for basketball. I guess you could say St. John's for basketball. You could throw that out there, and you could also throw out Rutgers if you wanted to. Hey, there's another one I was thinking of as well. That again, it's like you could toss it out there if you wanted to, but otherwise you don't have a lot of successful New York school sports teams, and you don't really have like a football team in New York as well too for college football, if I'm not mistaken. But again for recruiting in movies, I feel like there's never like a there's an NAIA recruiter here at the school. I don't even know what those schools are. But we have a couple here in town. I guess I don't know if I want to, expose them or not. But it's like, you got one Division 2 and 3 Division 3 recruiters at the game tonight. It's not bad. But you don't necessarily have Big Ten guys showing up to the game. We don't get that side of the movies. It's like you either only have, like we're saying, Northwestern is at the game or nobody's at the game. And it's like, okay, I guess I'm either only going to school at DePaul or nowhere. I guess even DePaul, like we don't necessarily get like a DePaul situation there. DePaul with Chicago, we could make that a good movie program. It doesn't have to be really a good program. We could just make it up. We need to set more movies with guys trying to make it to DePaul. In the like in the street ball situation, like Above the Rim is what I'm thinking of, like an Above the Rim remake. If we're talking about 90s remakes, just to continue off our misery conversation is the only reason I bring it up. But, it could be like some kid trying to get to DePaul instead of Georgetown or something. But, again, we just need more. We need more levels of recruiting in movies, more options. It's like, the local community college has a team. You could go there for 2 years, and then maybe you don't play your next 2 years. But, at least you're something. And then... that is like one of the things about loving basketball that is fun, is it has that little bit of a part of the movie where it's like the post basketball playing, and it's like it's like a Omar Epps just walking around afterwards. He's like, I haven't even played in 4 months. He's like, I don't even know if I'm in the NBA anymore. And then she's just working a job. She's in her business get up and stuff like that. And it's just like they're just like, oh yeah, wait a second, we're not really ball players anymore, are we? Like we're just living the everyday life. But Chad, like we were saying in the last episode, we just need more movies about basketball. More sports movies, but more movies about basketball. What are we doing? Obviously just any feel good, pause, but any just like guy trying to make it in a basketball story. Are we not gonna like that? Are we not gonna like that? If you I guess we could shout out either Kirk Cousins or Kendrick Lamar for that phrase. But we could just have any kid in high school trying to make the team. I guess any, like we're saying, the Above the Rim. I guess it does have both elements of like he's competing in the street ball tournament and stuff like that, but also, trying to also get recruited at the same time and playing in the high school tournaments and stuff like that. But, 3-point game. Paige Beckers, is she at the game? Or are the Wings not playing tonight? Well, what's going on? But no, shout out. We love. Is she cheering for the Spurs? I was gonna say, she's obviously, I'm pretty sure still with her teammate, right? Is that still a relationship, her and Fudd? Can we confirm that? Can we get TMZ on that? So I don't know. I don't know if it's shifted to anybody over at the Thunder or if she's just, they're supporting Chet, Paige and Chet. I feel like there was rumors. Was that Suggs for a while? Was there rumors of one? Who was it? Who was it with Suggs? Not to expose Jalen Suggs, but he was either friend zoned or not by one athlete there for a while. Where if it was like, are they dating? But then they're saying they're friends, but then they're like at the draft and all these events together. It may have been Paige Beckers. Here, I guess do we have to? Rem and Sam TMZ corner again. We have to do it. It is what it is for our own knowledge sakes. Let's see what we got here. Jalen Suggs. Yeah, Jalen Suggs, Paige Beckers. Oh, was it Haley Van Lith? Is that what it was? Oh, Jalen Suggs and Paige Beckers are childhood best friends. They grew up in the Minnesota area. Their parallel journeys from local gyms to professional stardom have made them one of the most notable duels in modern basketball. So, oh wait, what's it say here? Fact check: is Paige Beckers dating NBA star Jalen Duren? So it does not. Again, it does not appear that that is the case, or that is the case anymore at this point. Haley Van Lith's boyfriend sends Paige Beckers. Oh wait, guard was here. Oh wait, was Van Lith? Maybe it looks like Beckers and Jalen. So he grew up with Paige Beckers, but is now dating Haley Van Lith. Hey yo, Chad. I think we're definitely learning something about Jalen Suggs here. But I guess what's to say? Scarred. I guess now we're just again literally doing pause. Remington. And this is the guy. This is the our assistant coach is going to coach Jalen Suggs, so that's why we're looking it up, right, chat? Because that Sweeney guy is going to coach Jalen Suggs. So we're just trying to make sure we're familiar with who our coaching tree guy is going to go coach. Oh, corner three by Cason Wallace. Just seems like the slow fourth quarter or the third quarter they did end up picking up because it was tied there, 24-24. But that run at the end has definitely carried over here now as well too. Champagny the miss, Harper the rebound. Oh, Chad again. He's just always making the right play, right time. And the pass from Wemby to the corner, Johnson for three. Hey, yo. But again, Harper, whether it's a rebound, whether it's a pass, like that rebound is going to go underrated. But they've been getting killed on the offensive glass. That's where OKC has been doing a lot of their damage, and he was able to, spin that for San Antonio that time and have it their way. Oh, Chet, the drive on Wemby falls down. The step back three by McCain is way short. Great defense by Champagny. Was that at the end of the shot clock? Shot clock violation? 10 minutes left. Up 5, chat. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. This is it. This is it right here. Shea, 6, 13, and 12, chat. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's going to have 15 in this quarter. It is what it is. We're going to have to at least have... But again, he scored 13 of the team's 24, so... If he has 15, we just need to have, 28 as a team. If we can get to 28 points in this quarter, we can win this game. Because Shea is the team around him going to get to 12 more points. Hey, yo. Wemby draws the foul, chat. Here we go. J-Dub, he gets the elbow. It's clear as day. That's a Thunder foul right there. What do? That's both a foul that they would draw and that they would want right there. So you got to be fair. Ayo, Jay Will's 4th foul. Get him out of here. Once we get Jalen Williams out of the game tonight, Jay Will, we'll be good to go. He's been the only other offensively consistent guy for OKC in this game. Big three-pointer there by Keldon Johnson with Chet guarding him from the corner. And, they have been kind of up and down as well, too, him and Vassell. Throughout the game tonight, I guess we're 39% as a team. He's now up for 2 for 5, so he was 1 for 4 before that. Vassell 1 for 6. So again, collectively not the finest day, but that was definitely a clutch one there. So 89-82. Is that a foul against Caruso, or is it just going the Spurs' way? Wemby goes for the foul. They have a challenge asking who's going to challenge. Don't challenge. 9 minutes left. Don't challenge this. We're up 7. Just let it go. Caruso. Yeah, he missed the dunk. It's fine. Hey, yo. That's the second time he's tried to destroy Wemby on a dunk that I can remember, just in the matchups that they've had. And he has gotten pretty close. Wemby got the 4th foul. Oh, I guess you challenge there to get Wemby his 3rd foul. Oh, Caruso shanks it. Hey, yo. Immediately grabs his elbow. I don't know what happened there. That was about as bad of a free throw as you got. Oh, Wemby just smacked him right on the face as well, too, with his bicep on the follow-through for that dunk. But Caruso really badly missed that first one. So ball don't lie, chat. I don't know how it wasn't a foul, but, the ball's not lying about something. Hey, yo. It is what it is. Also, maybe Wemby, going for the pause, start with the head, got the victim woozy, chat. It is what it is. We're just trying to make a Joker reference. It is what it is. That ended up sounding a little bit dirtier than we meant it to. But De'Aaron Fox, another 3-pointer, 9-point lead. Castle on the bench with 9 minutes left. So Champagny, Fox, Harper, Keldon Johnson next to Wemby out there. So definitely more wing focused. Trying to spread the court, and then you have Harper and Fox as your creators on the perimeter. Another 3 respond by Case and Wallace, though. So even if Jay Will is now cooled off, Case and Wallace is cooking. You know, Caruso obviously still needs to get going, like we're saying. And Chet, you know, I guess we got to keep an eye on him. But the fourth quarter now, Case and Wallace is the man to worry about. Wemby's got Jay Will on him. He sizes him up for the perimeter, chat. Unbelievable. They're just, I mean, I believe every shot he takes now. I don't know if it's always a good shot, but I just believe he can make it. I believe he can make it again. Will I think that he will? Will I think it's a good shot? Should he be taking them? I don't know about half the time. You know, I don't think it's been like a clinic in terms of getting him set up offensively in the right ways, but it's been a clinic in terms of him just hitting incredibly tough shots. It is what it is. Like, I don't know, is that the difference between, like, you know, Michael Jordan in the triangle versus earlier where it's like now he's in a system? Like, I don't know, Wemby in this series, he hasn't been getting a lot of system shots, and that's just been the credit of the defense as well, too, that the Thunder have played. But the transition by San Antonio, Mitch Johnson fired up. Hey, yo. Again, you got Wemby hitting a couple of bailout shots like that. You know, he's going to get fired up about the team performance. 8 minutes left, chat. 8 minutes left. Spurs up by 11. 17-9 to start the fourth quarter. Hey, yo, chat, can we get it done? Can we get it done? I guess we got the last 8 minutes left when we return right after this. All right, chat, look what IT was able to find. We have the backup basketball. Hopefully IT didn't take this out of the car. I don't think this one is a little more worn down. I think this is the one that we had to replace at some point. But this is still in good playing shape, chat. Hey, yo, we might just have to take this one out for old time's sake. Hey, yo, this one might even be more inflated as well, too. Hey, yo, we got what is this, chat? A cobweb? What does this mean? It hasn't been used? IT, this is disgusting. A cobweb on a basketball? It should never exist. It should never exist. That's our campaign slogan for 2028. A cobweb on a basketball. There should be no cobwebs. Hey, yo. It is what it is. You know, what does it imply about hard work and consistency in the American way? I don't know. You know, ayo, the American way. But what are we saying? You know, ayo, we got the basketball chat now. So now we can do fake post-ups and stuff in the last 8 minutes here as the game gets tense. Hey, yo. It is what it is. We can mimic the games. I guess do the mimics and Edge of Tomorrow. They do like mimic stuff, right? Is that why they call them mimics? Hey yo, Hartenstein. Oh, with the dunk. Hey yo, we can mimic Wemby blocking Hartenstein like it should have been on that time. Okay, it is what it is. I guess we're if we were gonna be in the game chat, we should have. I don't know. We should have played a little bit more. I'm not sure what we should have done. What did we go wrong? How did we not end up in this game? What happened? What are the 10 guys on the court, chat? Imagine. But still, where did we go wrong? We'll have to sit back and evaluate, I guess, afterwards. It is what it is. I mean, chat, do we have to just showcase the jumper right now? I mean, look at it. Hey, yo, no, I'm kidding. Hey, yo, obviously, if the knee hadn't gone, we would be there. It is what it is. I guess we can accept our fate. Somebody has to be the guy with the knee injury. So you know what? I guess it's just us. It just what does it happen? Hey yo, stuff happens. But McCain, did he get a knee injury at some point? Hey yo, couple of shanks here in the fourth quarter for McCain. We'll take it. Who would have thought McCain, losing the end of a long campaign, chat? Hey yo, have we seen it happen before? Castle to Vassell the drive, the step. Oh, McCain falls down. Vassell the jumper, he missed. Oh, chat, we're right on the edge of 100 points. Come on, the 100-point barrier. If we break 100 points, I feel like we're gold. 97-89, Shea the turnaround. Ooh, chat, 91-97. Come on. A timeout by Mitch Johnson. We've got a couple. The OKC does only have one. Now, they are going to benefit from the fact that, again, the Spurs have 4, so the Spurs are probably going to call a couple. And, it'll all kind of even out. But, in terms of their control of things, of course, they're going to be a little bit behind there. But regardless, I mean, come on. What do you do, Chad? What do you do? They've been guarding him the whole time. I honestly don't even feel bad about this Shea performance because, again, it's just what do you do? What do you do? I mean, this is, I don't know, is this what it's like guarding Wemby? Obviously, it's a little bit different because, physically it looks a different way. I guess, the way that it just stands out above these players. Shea, he's just cooking. It is what it is. We have to give him his credit. This is, again, one of the better performances. Kobe, chat. Obviously, there are some flashbacks there to what he has done against San Antonio at this point, but he always had Shaq in terms of the Spurs matchups. I mean, Kobe and San Antonio never really matched up after that. There was some different rivalries there. But in terms of the biggest guard rivals for the Spurs, I mean, Steve Nash maybe in a couple playoffs as well. But yeah, I think, obviously, and maybe T-Mac would also be on the list. Some regular season T-Mac matchups we have to consider. But, Shea's getting up there right now with the, this performance alone and just the history that they're building over the course of this year. I mean, and just think about the competitiveness that we've had this year from these two teams. This might be one of the great just matchup years that we've had from anybody. Hey, considering the regular season, I mean, I guess nobody is gonna match, Cavs Warriors from back in the day. That is gonna be pretty tough, but this might be the new Cavs Warriors, chat. Obviously not in the finals, so that is the ultimate. And again, that's why it's probably, the best of the best at what it is. Because, again, even I think the collective of LeBron and Steph is probably still higher than the collective of Wemby and Shea. Obviously it is now. But I think in the moment, I don't know if Shea is quite at Steph and LeBron level. I think, with all due respect, Wemby is. With all due respect to Shea. And Shea's really, really close. But I just don't think he's just like, 92% of the way there to those guys. Maybe 87, I don't know. But we'll give him the low 90s. But, regardless, I think the collective star power of LeBron and Steph is a little bit more than Wemby and Shea. And again, it was in a higher stakes situation. Literally the one higher stakes situation that you could be in, the NBA Finals. But this could be, obviously the hopefully the next best rivalry. Well, hopefully, but just for competitiveness sake, the next best rivalry in the league, in some type of way. But yeah, for again the individual player matchup, Shea is definitely getting there as well too. Or we're forgetting about James Harden. You know, we've obviously mentioned James Harden in the past. You know, James Harden Rockets era for sure, but James Harden Thunder era as well was definitely terrifying for San Antonio in the past. So, you know, Shea definitely competing with all those guys there. What is this, the compilation of guys trying to dunk on Wemby? Oh no, it's Caruso injuring his hand. Hey, yo, I guess kind of looks like he's applying pressure to it on the play afterwards. I think he just knocked it against the rim real hard. So obviously, I mean, that would be the cause of the injury, but I don't think I think it's just a bruise. I think he'll be fine. Oh, Hartenstein steps in front of the pass and gets the turnover. Cornette blocks it, Chet. Oh, Chet, give him a raise. Hey, yo, give him a raise and go throw it at Magic City. Hey, yo. Somebody take Cornette to the strip club to celebrate if we win this game. What a block. What a block. He deserves it, Chet. He deserves a whole party for that defensive possession. Hey, yo. Oh, and Castle turns it into a bucket on the other end. 99. Come on. We can. Oh, and we're at 102 on the ESPN. We'll take it. We have to look ahead, I guess. It is what it is. We have to go back to the series matchup stats. Okay, we'll try to remain neutral here and see if we can not get too many spoilers. But we do know the Spurs do officially cross the 100 threshold first. Okay, chat. Okay, we haven't had to sub it and hit any phantom threes beforehand. When IT passed me the basketball, I will say the phantom jumper I took, I think, was a little off to the right. I'm not gonna lie. I think it might have been a little bit of a shank. But again, it's the first jumper, so we just have to warm up and see what's going on. 14 turnovers to 7 for OKC. They have definitely slowed down the turnovers in the recent part here, but that is still, you know, doubled up. Still definitely a little bit of a difference there. Oh, what a three by Champagny. So that's what gets it to 102, 101, chat. Hey, yo, 5.5. Champagny with 20 points. 6 for 9 from 3. Hey, yo. Imagine, chat. Imagine we win this game with the Wemby stat line that we've gotten. Hey, yo. I mean, I say that again, it's like a terrible stat line, but it's just not him. You know, we've needed him to be crazy in all these games, and he's been, like, pretty good in this game. 22 points, 7 and 2. I mean, you know, maybe it's the bar that he's set for himself as well. You know, but he might get to, he could get to 25, 26 in this game. You know, is he going to get 2 more 2s in this game? 22 2s? Hey, yo. But for Chad McCain in the corner for 3. Wemby was flying in from the arc. I don't know if McCain saw him from the periphery or vision, and maybe that got him a little bit distracted. But you could tell Wemby was like, I'm just going to lunge just to scare him, not even to try to block this shot. I mean, obviously that's a closing out, but, you know, for Wemby it's a little bit different. And Harper with another offensive rebound, chat. Hey, yo. Harper's offensive rebounds have been part of the fourth quarter engine. It is what it is. Is that Dagnall using his last timeout with 4.5 left? Oh, chat. Spurs up 11. Spurs up 11, chat. Here we go. Here we go. The last 4.5 left. Even with Shea playing crazy, we can still close out this game. And was Shea even on the court there for the last couple seconds, or did the Spurs just do a good job of, you know, funneling the basketball away from him? And, you know, back to the Cornet block, chat. Hey, yo. Hey, yo, you know, really giving it all his effort there. And I don't even know how he got that clean. He wasn't even trying to really block it. He's just like, I'm just going up for the good test. And Hartenstein just dunked it right into Luke Cornet's arm. You love that? Wemby's biting his fist now. Hey, yo, I mean, the competitiveness is crazy. I don't, you know, how many playoff series have caused guys to bite their own hands? Hey, yo, I don't even know what that move is. But we love the competitiveness. There's the closeout attempt on McCain. Did he get a finger on that? He's like raising his hand like he got a block on that. If he got a finger on that, that's incredible. That might be a pause, but that's still incredible if he did. And then Dylan Harper swooping in for the rebound. What a sequence, chat. What a sequence. Hey, yo, what, Bliss just playing it. Hey, yo, it's happening, chat. It's happening. It wins 7 like we thought it might. The fourth quarter is winding down, and the Spurs are closing it out. Hey, yo. I don't want to speak too soon, but 11-point game, 4.5 minutes left. Case and Wallace bringing the ball up the court. What do we got? Shea with Vassell on him. So, yes, they, initiate to Shea. Of course, now run him into the J-Dub screen. We got Champagny off the switch. Shea, he's going to go right to the step back. Oh, what a swish. Oh, man, chat. Again, if anything, it's going to be a salute to Shea night. It's going to be a salute to Shea night. You got to give him his credit. The MVP of the league. A little almost like Jokic last year. I guess Jokic didn't win the MVP of the league, but there was a little bit, and maybe we have to go back and look at some of those Game 7 stats, but there was some of that conversation of, okay, even if he tears up this Game 7 and loses, like that's still a possibility because the Denver team at that point was just a little bit undermatched with the roster matchup. But, Shea, again, I don't think he's had this type of game either way. Because even the good games that and not to take away from the good games that he did have, but, again, you're just trying to collect as much data as you possibly can on these guys in the different types of performances they have. I feel like the good games that he had last year in the finals were also complemented by good games by Jalen Williams. Like, didn't they both have... They didn't both have 40-point games, did they? They may have had both individually had a 40-point game. Did they both have 40 at the same time in the finals? I don't know if we go back and look that up. That seems a little crazy. But, again, it seemed like Jalen Williams was also elevating his play as well, too. So, it's not to say that Shea couldn't carry a team, but it's just to what level have we actually seen him just throw a team on his back and really, make something happen, create offense, and, score and even set some guys up in some certain ways. We just haven't necessarily seen him have to do everything on the court for the entire game that he's out there. But this is probably the closest we've seen to that, and he's definitely, been at some of his highest level basketball as well, too. So, we do have to, like we're saying, give him, a round of applause for the game that he's having here. And still very much not over as well, too. 9-point game with 4 minutes left. The Thunder are a couple of shots away from being a couple of shots away. Hey, yo. As simple as that sounds, that is pretty terrifying. Dylan Harper, though, swings it to Fox. Fox back up to Harper. Hopefully Harper closes this out. Oh, a tough... Oh, Chet! Oh, what a killer. Hey, yo. Oh, the shot clock was winding down. It's not like, he did have much of a choice, but 6 for 10 in the fourth quarter for San Antonio. What a clutch performance. And Shea's 2 for 3 sort of math is kind of... Oh, Cason Wallace, though, hits the tough 3, responds right away. But, maybe there's a little Shea math at a disadvantage there that, San Antonio in this game specifically has outdueled with playing that well. But, yeah, 4 for 7. That has to almost all be... He has to have at least 3 now in the third. In the fourth for Cason Wallace. It seems like the end of the game here, he has really gone crazy. But still a 9-point game. Still we're now in the spot where we can run down the clock. Oh, Castle loses it from behind. Cason Wallace just paused and then tapped that away. Paused. But they got, what was that? Was it Castle they got earlier with that, or was it Harper? Or maybe it was Fox, where Cason Wallace was the guy that, from the pause, from the backside, was able to get the steal there. So the double on Shea forces the swing around. Jalen Williams, can he be the 30-point scorer that they need? Oh, Chad, when he has to create at the end of the shot clock, it turns out he's not, he's not an all-star. Hey, not J-Dub, J-Will. Shout out to J-Will, really good player. I don't want to, create too much of a discrepancy and too much of a rivalry between the Jalen Williamses on the teams. But, there is a definite difference in terms of who you want to get cooked by in a playoff series. That's for sure. Much more frustrating if it's J-Will than it is J-Dub. But, they've definitely forced it out of Shea's hands the last couple of times. That's what you got to do. Oh, Harper! He was trying to end Chet, I guess, a good block. Got to give him their credit there. But, hey, Harper, I mean, what can he not do, Chet? What can he not do? It seems like sometimes he's reserving his game in terms of, how much he can score, how much he can really command the offense. And Cason Wallace is with the, I hate to make the comparison. I hope it doesn't fully bear out, but is it a Neesmith-like comparison? Hey, 12 points in the quarter now for Cason Wallace, single-handedly keeping the Thunder in this game. 101 to 107 here with the minute 48. I mean, come on, a basket or two, force him to play the free throw game. Wemby, end this now. Castle for 3, make that. Oh, he loses it. He loses it. The turnover. Oh, Chet, we shouldn't have invoked Neesmith's name. Why did we bring that up? Hey, yo, Shea with Sam Penny on him. Miss it. Miss it. Oh, thank goodness, Chet. That's a tough shot. That's a tough shot. You know, good defense by Champagny, but Spurs fans got lucky that Shea took. I mean, again, he's been making tough shots all day, but that's definitely probably 2 dribbles away from being where you want it to be. For, you know, a lot of the Bruno Caboclo 2 away from being 2 away tonight. But either way, you know, he probably could have attacked and pulled back, you know, a dribble in more there, a little bit more mid range. And then you're looking at, you know, what 103 to 107 with a minute 20 is still not that bad. But, you know, again, we definitely got a little bit lucky there that he takes that longer shot. We'll take it. Good defense by Champagny staying in front of him. Now we just have to not turn it over. You know, minute 10 left here as the clock winds down. We'll see if Wemby gets selfish. No, it's Fox. Okay, Fox has been playing well tonight. He's got Caruso on him. Vassell open. Champagny open. There is a little bit of take the next shot nervousness, but Castle gets the rebound. I mean, we'll take that one, Chad. A rebound into a layup. You can't miss that. 8 points, Chad. A minute left. 109 to 101. Chad, who is this Cason Wallace guy? Hey, yo. Hey, yo. 103 to 109. Cason Wallace is somehow going to have a 20-point quarter. And, you know, the Spurs are going to survive, which it alone is kind of crazy. Did Castle get a foul there? Draw a foul? Get to the free throw line? Yeah. Get this man some free throws here. Get this to 111, 103. Keep it a little bit of a distance. Did we call a timeout maybe? What happened? I guess we're not seeing. We're not seeing. We're behind in the action. Pause. Hey, we got Caruso obviously with Jay Will trapping Castle in the corner. Castle trying to do your drawing a foul while you're trapped situation. You know, as you do if you're the offensive player. You know, you got to yell at the ref a little bit after that. But we'll see. Did they actually draw the foul at all? Do we have to peek ahead on the ESPN? Hey, yo. I guess, you know, anticipation. We'll get to see here when they line back up who is going to get the basketball or if they just call the timeout. I guess the Spurs are down to 1 timeout. So, yes, the Spurs, I believe, call the timeout in this situation. But 42 seconds left and we still have one. I think we're probably good to go with that call. But, yeah, for... hey, yo, Chad, I don't know what... I had the WNBA on the other TV. Hey, yo, we should have shouted that out a little bit more. We had Fever versus the Portland Fire. Is that their name? Versus the new Portland team. But whatever this 48 minutes is, the old guy, they're interviewing this old guy. He must be like the lawyer or something. And they just cut to him. He was just holding a Smith & Wesson. Just like right up on the screen. You don't see a guy holding a Smith & Wesson on CBS a lot in an interview. So it's just a little, you know, I was like, hey, yo, you know, shout out to that guy. But I guess he was trying to make a point about whatever they're investigating here. But okay, Castle from the inbound on the sideline to Wemby. Thankfully, Wemby's literally 7.5 feet tall. Oh, they do turn it over. Oh no, chat, you hate to see it. Oh, Shea! He passes on the layup. Gives it back to Cason Wallace because Cason Wallace is carrying the team in the corner to who was that? Kendrick Williams? Oh, chat. Shea's got 40 tonight, and he bailed on a layup with 30 seconds. I don't know why. Hey, yo, did the shot clock run out? Oh, chat, what happened? Hey, yo, it looked like he had the shot there. I mean, you could want the 3 to just try to, you know, maximize points left. You are down 6 at this point. So again, that would still only get you down 4 if you make that layup. But it looked like he had something there, chat. Hey, yo. And Dort was also involved in attempt as well too. But we've got Chet once again on the bench for, you know, an end of a finals game situation. You know, just lock it in, Chet. You know, I guess we can get to it once the game ends maybe. But I mean, we've said it before. We know exactly what the move is, and I hate that it'll happen, but it's exactly the move. Caruso, the air ball 3, Chet. 17 seconds left. Are we okay in the West? Are we? I guess we can't start celebrating now, chat. Ayo, they keep showing the highlight from 13 in the pregame. They're like all the great finals moments. It's like the Spurs are still active. Can we just cut that one out? Like if we get eliminated, then yes, you can play that. But until we're out, can we remove that? But 17 seconds left. No Kathy Bates in misery choking. We've got the Thunder. Their legs are broken. They've been hobbled. Hey, Casey Wallace misses the 3. Champagny the rebound. 9, 8, 7. Fissell out for the dunk. 110 to 111. We can't even do math now, chat. The excitement is taking over. Chat. 4, 3, 2, 1 second left, chat. Game 7 over. Oh, Spurs, Knicks, just like we predicted. Oh, chat, Wemby, he can't believe it. The Oscar Robertson Trophy is hit. He's dreamed his whole life of the Oscar Robertson Trophy. I guess they haven't even had it his whole life, but they were wheeling that out beforehand, and they were like, oh, the coveted Oscar Robertson Trophy. It's like, yeah, let's get it. Let's get it, chat. Tim Duncan never got the Western Conference Finals MVP. Hey, yo. Thank goodness that 40 and 20 performance in Game 1 meant something as well, too. Unbelievable, chat. Unbelievable. We're back. We're back, baby. And earlier, we agreed to go get... tomorrow, we agreed to go get some pickup hoops up with our guy, Billy Buckets, we did mention earlier, is a Thunder fan. And I was thinking, watching this game, I was like, are we going to have to cancel if the Spurs lose this game? But I guess we're good to go now, chat. Hey, yo. It is what it is. We'll be calling all the Thunder fans to get in some pickup hoops tomorrow. And hey, we're like, oh, he wants to hang out with the Thunder fans now. Yeah, for sure. But, chat, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. We almost like started our, in some ways started on this planet with the Spurs making the finals against the Knicks. I guess, full circle, a new team. Bring it. We're gonna end chat with a new team, new era. It starts. I guess the old era, started with the Spurs, Knicks, Duncan, not quite, Parker and Ginobili yet, but Duncan and Robinson. That first era was against the Knicks. We have now the new era, Wemby, Castle, and Harper, also against the Knicks as well. Granted, Brunson a little bit better than Latrell Sprewell, and Jalen Brunson hasn't choked out his coach yet as well too. Hey, yo. We'll see. Are we gonna have to go Latrell Sprewell on Jalen Brunson at this point to keep from making the finals? Jalen Brunson, we can't have. There is a scene. Speaking of misery again, there is a scene where James Caan is trying to like strangle Kathy Bates there for a second, because again, Kathy Bates is a psycho killer and she hobbled him. So at this point you're like, okay, that is probably the move, to be honest. But he's also doing it, and you're like, you probably could have done that 17 days ago. You could have at least attempted to see what's going on there. But I guess shout out to Latrell Sprewell, shout out to PJ Carlos, shout out to the old finals, because the new finals, hey yo, it's going to be a good one. And there is some mystery to the matchup as well, too. I guess there would have been mystery either way. New York is playing really well. But obviously, we have the Wemby factor. We have the fact that New York did get those matchup wins against San Antonio earlier on. Hey, yo, New York's... Is this the first time we've ever had the same teams in the Commissioner's Cup and in the NBA Finals in the same year? Oh, chat, what a historic year. You love to see it. But, Wemby's first playoff run just right through the Western Conference. Popovich, chat, he gets to at least see the Spurs in the finals as well, too. You love to see that. And like we said before, the motivation for Pop is got to be crazy as well, too. I mean, still spiritually involved with this team. The Luke Cornett block, is that the play of the game? That's the first one they replay right afterwards. Imagine, chat, Wemby, the defensive player of the year, Luke Cornett. In some ways, it was defense that was his highlight as well, too. He defended defended against Hartenstein on that last play. He, swatted away Magic City Night. What would we say looking back? They were like, okay, Cornette's going to, take away Magic City Night in Atlanta, but he's going to block Isaiah Hartenstein in a Game 7. It's going to be very important. I would say, how many points are we winning by? Can we sacrifice those 2 points and still have Magic City Night? But either way, we'll take the block as well, too, chat, from our guy Cornett. Hopefully it pops up in the finals for the Spurs. Unbelievable, chat. I mean, just one of the great playoff runs even before the finals that we've had from any, young player in the playoffs ever. Obviously Magic as a rookie was able to go through and win the playoffs as well. But, like Jordan, it's very dependent as well, too, who you match up against. Like, what Jordan scored 60 points against the Celtics and they lost. So it's like, just because Jordan wasn't in the same scenario that Wemby is, where he was able to make maybe there was some better matchup stuff that helped him maybe get through some of the playoff stuff, that's definitely some stuff you have to look at as well, too. But still, the impact to be able to just rip right through the whole conference and still some, almost a good version. They didn't play Denver, I guess if they had played Denver and OKC, but still Minnesota and Edwards are just as, in some ways just as good, and OKC is the best team in the league record-wise in the regular season. So to be able to dethrone them and now to have the opportunity to play New York would have been probably the consensus best team outside of Boston in the Eastern Conference this season as well. So, obviously there is not the, what's this not the Celtics from a couple years ago when everybody got hurt and now they're playing the Mavs in the finals. This is legit. This is a legit run. Hey, you love to see it, chat. Unbelievable. And, again, the OKC Thunder, obviously back-to-back 60 win years. Like, you do have to give them their credit there for, obviously, the run is the run over. The run's not over. The run's not over. And I hate to say it as well, too, right after the game, because, again, we want to focus on the Spurs, winning this next upcoming finals this year, whatever the happiness is this year. But the move is Chet for Giannis. It is what it is. I don't know if Chet's going to be tempting enough for the Bucks. That would, I guess, be the problem. But Chet and some picks for Giannis is getting pretty close to the move. Maybe after this finals, though, Jalen Williams, you start getting a little bit more just thinking like, hey, with as good as Shea was, is Shea and Giannis enough? And then, maybe Bleacher Report posts about Shea, Giannis, and Chet. But, at the end of the day, it would be Shea and Giannis as the 1-2. Again, I've said going into the series that I thought the loser of this series would probably make a bigger play for Giannis in the offseason. And, if depending on what the certain player performances would look like, who could be involved as well, too. But both teams have the contracts and some of the picks to be able to do it. And, obviously, the salary cap ability, all that different stuff. Like, it lines up for both of those rosters. That would make sense. And that Giannis would want to go to a winning team as well, too, if he were to leave Milwaukee and not take the contract. Or, if he's going to pull a Durant, he could go to the winning team and just go to the Spurs. Ayo. And I do like the hats as well, too. A little bit of a throwback vibe to the hats. Hey, yo. But, I mean, is it going to be anybody else besides Wemby that's Eastern Conference? The Magic Johnson? So, wait, Oscar Robertson... So, the Oscar Robertson trophy is the trophy you get for winning the conference, but the Magic Johnson trophy is the trophy you get for the player. I almost wonder if it should be the other way around, because Magic is, like, the higher all-time player, right? So, should he be the bigger award? The team award? I don't know. But the team loves it for Wemby. Wemby's obviously a fan. Any award he can win over Chet is going to be a big deal as well, too. He's first-team All-NBA over Chet. Chet didn't have a Western Conference Finals MVP last year. Wemby got one this year. So all that is going to be, stuff that I'm sure he's going to cherish for his NBA career. But do we have odds, chat, right away? Hey, yo. Let's go to the Poly Market real quick and see what we've got going on. I don't know what it's going to be. I imagine the Knicks are favored, but again, the Spurs were the better regular season team. We're going to have home court if it were to go to a Game 7. So that's going to be, a crazy interesting potential as well, too. I can't imagine this goes less than 6 either way. Right? Knicks in 6. Like, if the Knicks 1-5, that would be crazy. If the Spurs 1-5, that'd be crazy. So, will OKC make it to the finals, chat? Hey, yo. Apparently that's not looking too good at this point as well. And let's see if we can find some NBA Finals odds. I don't know if they would have put him up this quickly, but I imagine that somebody has to. Okay, chat. FanDuel? I bet FanDuel's on it. FanDuel's locked in. They know what's up. They're a real sports book. Hey, now here's a real sports book here that's actually concerned about putting up the odds quickly. They know bettors want the odds as soon as possible. So FanDuel's gonna have them up. Hey, do we have to verify our location? I just want to see them. Hey, I'm just window shopping. I'm not placing any bets. Don't arrest me. Hey, yo. It is what it is. I guess it's not illegal, so. Hey, yo. Well, it's not illegal. That's fun to say. But, the Spurs are favored. Minus 195, the Knicks plus 160. So, there is something to the underdog Knicks that is a little concerning. Wemby minus 170 to win Finals MVP. Brunson plus 200. So, could Wemby win Finals MVP and lose the Finals? If LeBron couldn't, then I don't know if Wemby could. But Castle is 60 to 1 to win Finals MVP. Harper's not even a thought. Ayo, Harper 150 to 1 might even be worth just like might be worth like a half a cent just to see what happens there. Because he was, again, brilliant tonight with his performance. What was the final box score there for Harper? 12 points, but 5 for 8, 2 for 3 from 3. Castle 16, Wemby 22, Champagne 20, 20, Fox 15 as well. So yeah, Shea 35 and 9 for Shea. Ayo, 35-9, 3 turnovers as well too, and 3 steals. So about as good as you could do for Shea. Again, really about an MVP performance there. Just Hartenstein 7, Chet 4. Dort 3. Case and Wallace 7. So I honestly gonna hot take right now. Chet's gone. It is what it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm pause projecting a little bit if I was Presti about what I would do in this scenario. But again, they haven't utilized Chet at the end of games in the last 2 finals, or in the last 2 end of season finals series. So last year it was the finals and they won, and it was okay because of that. But it's a little Michael Porter Jr.-ish to me. And maybe make no mistake, Chet's not having the quotes yet, so I guess there is part of that. But make no mistake, and I guess if Chet and Michael Porter Jr. had like some similar political views, that probably wouldn't be the most surprising thing either. But either way, for Chet, what are we saying? The usability there, pause. Where it's like, is Porter Jr. the guy, third most likely guy in Denver to make an All-Star? Obviously, Aaron Gordon kind of became that. But initially it was Porter Jr., but then there'd be times where, again, it's like Bruce Brown is actually the guy you're playing at the end of finals games instead of Porter Jr., even though Porter Jr. is on the max contract. Like, Chet is the guy that's on the max contract and now technically an All-NBA guy as well. But, again, they've gone with some more wing-focused guys. Maybe they'll just end up playing, like, Dort at the 4 or something like that. Or, like we're saying, J-Dub when he's in at the 4 or whatever the lineup versatility move is. But either way, I think the move for the Thunder, if they want to match up with Wemby, is going to have to be to trade Chet. And Hartenstein does give you a good opportunity there, but he's going to need another problem, and they're going to need almost the way that the Timberwolves guarded Jokic, with the fact that they had the Twin Tower situation, but Towns and Gobert could both really stand their ground on their own. And Jokic is obviously at a much better advantage if he is on his own, but still, both those guys could stay in front of him and could hold up guarding him. Like, Chet just can't guard Wemby on his own, and he can't score on him in any type of way. So unless Chet really gets into, like, the trade motivation for Chet, now he's in the gym grinding. Chet's the most feared player in the league. Like, all due respect to Chet, again, we love Chet's game, but I do think that is probably the move that you do want to make. And if it's not, again, Giannis, obviously, does he check every box? I hate to say it. Presti definitely listens. So, IT, mute that when it goes to Presti's phone. About mute AI when it goes to Presti's phone. We're like, actually, you should trade Chet for Ja Morant. Zion. Though Zion would be like the swing where it's like we're trading him, like Zion and picks for Chet. It's something like that. And you're like, wait, how did Presti manage to get Zion and picks in a trade? We went to they were never going to trade Zion to now they're giving up stuff with Zion? But yeah, lock it in right now. Chet's gone. It is what it is. But 7 games, Chet. It was an iconic series, an iconic performance from Wemby in some ways, and obviously some help from the teammates along the way. But unbelievable, Chet. 111 to 103. It's good to be back. It is good to be back in the finals. June 3rd, so this upcoming Wednesday, we will be live to follow along Game 1 of the NBA Finals. You can follow us here on the YouTube, but we will also, try our best to be back tomorrow night as well, too, for our typical Sunday live stream and our typical Tuesday live stream as well, too. So no need to fear. The Rem and Sam pod is here, chat. Put it on ice, man. Put it on the Iceman Deluxe. Here's 2 more for you. But Wemby versus Brunson, the Spurs versus the Knicks. It's going to be fun on Wednesday. We can't wait. We're definitely obviously looking forward to it. But you can follow us here, like we're saying, on the YouTubes. Up until then, you can follow us on the podcast feeds. You can hit us up at RemingTonM on Instagram if you want to send us a message and communicate with us over there. Finals predictions. Hey, yo, we can go through and we can see what is going on. Whatever other takes, situations you guys want to, chat about can all be had over there as well, too. Or anywhere in chat, AO. But, that's also an option. Just presenting it as an option is all that's happening. But either way, like I said, we will be back on tomorrow night's live stream, hanging out, chatting about probably about I imagine basketball will be on topic at some point. So if you want to, be part of a live stream that mentions basketball at some point, chat, tune into the Remington Pod. We will look forward to seeing y'all when we are here. Enjoy your Sundays, and we will see y'all later. And enjoy the rest of your Saturday nights. Hey, if you're out in the club right now with the Rem and Sam and the earbud, we appreciate you. So go out there and party it up. Have a good time. And we'll see y'all later. Peace.